And we're back. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
All right, let me go ahead and get everything. I need to start the music. Fuck. Somebody needs to remind me to go back in and try to. Onyx, you said you can add in music to the fucking Roll20 thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need to figure out how to do that because the music I have is kind of crappy. I'm not gonna lie. Wish I could just use Spotify for it, but nobody else can hear it other than me and people watching, so that'll work for now, though. All right, cool. Well, welcome back, everybody, for another riveting episode of Dungeons, Dragons, and Dimwits. Before we get things kicked off, I do have nothing at all.
Awesome.
We will be transitioning over to Video Ninja soon, so expect new formatting at some point. Probably going to be about a month or so before we make the move over. But we are going to get some good stuff going with that. And for all of you people in here, if you guys have like suggestions or something you want to see on like the overlay, I'm thinking probably at least 2 different scenes with an overlay. One for role-playing and one for combat. If you guys can think of anything that you would like on that without it being too crammed, use the suggestions thingy in the Discord.
Dear God.
Except for that. But yeah, go ahead and make suggestions because I'm looking to get it put together here in the next month or so. So we can make something pretty nifty and pretty cool.
How's our sponsor going?
Crush?
I was literally just about to ask you if you had one because me and Justice were out. I was like, who's going to do the Crush ad read tonight?
Hold on.
I can't wait till you get a cease and desist letter saying, please stop mentioning us as a sponsor for your shitty
If we get a
stream.
cease and desist letter,
Imagine.
I'm framing it and putting it on my wall.
And hang it right behind you.
That's how
You know what?
you made it. When a
That's what I
PepsiCo
was
company
about to say.
sends a cease and desist letter.
That's right.
That's how you've made it.
It's just how random products burn at the start of every
That would be
stream.
great, dude.
Imagine this episode is brought to you by Children's Tylenol. Cherry flavor.
So much better than berry.
This show brought to you by Adam and Eve.
That was my favorite sponsor we ever had.
And then Lee whips out a dildo.
Why me?
What do you mean? Why not you?
It really should be. Well, no, Onyx can do the sponsor when it's Trojan, and then he can just show us the condoms his neighbor left for him.
Bro. Still got him.
Unopened.
Yeah.
Tragic.
I don't have, it is. That's what I mean. Like, I wouldn't even care if it was true. That's fine. Then that's fine. It's not even true. That's just what hurts. Painful.
You just need to watch how much you moan in video games. You should be fine.
That's asking a lot. That's a tall order.
It
Yeah.
is. Or when
It
I call
is,
games.
That's how we get great clips, though.
That's
True.
right. It's Godot.
All right. Amy Hoozle, Riley, would you like to take us away with the Riley's recap?
Yes. Pull it up. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Riley's Recap. I'm Riley. This is my recap. Episode 7, Bound for Blackrock. Our session began with Sever and Bierna finding the orb left under Sever's pillow by Aelon. Upon grabbing hold of his other ball, Ao, Sever was overcome with a feeling of unease. Bierna tried to help him by taking the orb from him, but to no avail as he was unable to let go of it. He was sucked into a trance-like state where he heard from someone named Father that the eye they had just gathered was actually one of 5, and that Sever would need to collect all of them for Father. He was shown visions of an ornate door and other things, all unexplained. Sever came out of his trance to now face a very concerned Vierna, who he promptly dismissed the concerns of. Vierna then asked Sever to help her become a warlock, or at least learn some warlock tricks to add to her bag, a request that Sever handled much better than Vierna had anticipated. Annoyed with Sever's dismissal of her concerns, Vierna cast silence on herself and went into a trance for the night. The next morning, Zephia was the first awake, followed shortly thereafter by Ilo and Vierna, all of whom took their places in the main dining hall of the tavern and began to enjoy a quiet morning while Vagar snored loudly under the table he had passed out under. There was a brief conversation between Aelon and Ilo about the group, whether they wanted to stay with the group, and who was the smartest of the group. Vierna caught a few strays, but other than that, it was a mostly positive conversation with the group as a whole, about the group as a whole, with Aelon taking a special interest in Sever and Vierna, saying that he felt they would, quote, need him soon, end quote. The group all reconvened in the main dining hall of the tavern, where some oinks were exchanged between Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and some conversations were had about whether or not Daisy was Vagar's girlfriend. The answer was soon TM, by the way. Who was stronger in the mutton tug-o-war? How the hell Zephia got into the cave without anyone except Sever seeing her do it, and whether the group wanted to stay together. The governor gave some snark, Zalraxis, Elon, and Sever gave back some sass, and then the mystery gang received a letter from the governor that he wanted the group to bring to Blackrock for him. They all agreed and decided to hit the road together, with Eddie pulling Vierna and Sever's cart, also tagging along. As the gang was walking, Ilo decided to open up conversation by telling everyone about the Artificers Guild she was a part of, and how she had come to this continent with her twin brother Elon so she could establish some guild halls. Vierna spoke about her time as a Lothian cleric, and how she was in pursuit of an Elistrate temple where she could pledge herself and hopefully rid herself of the Lothian-based magic. Suddenly, Zephia heard some screams, and everyone ran to investigate the noise. It was a young couple getting seemingly robbed by a group of bandits. Feeling ever too confident, the group decided to intervene, and then suddenly the bandits all turned into their werewolf and werebear forms. With relative ease, the gang was able to subdue the evildoers and not even kill anyone trying to surrender, so huge dubs on that. But it didn't come without some hassle and consequence, as Elon took quite a few gashes and bites by the end of it, having to damn near exhaust himself just to stay alive. Dun dun dun! Will Ilo and Vierna find some common ground? Will Zephia learn to trust the rest of the group? Will Zalraxis steal a seat on the cart for himself? Will Vagar ever forgive Elon for embarrassing him in front of the love of his life? Will Sever ever tell the group about his daddy issues? Find out tonight on Dungeons, Dragons, and Dimwits.
The answer is probably no to most of those questions.
Yeah,
Emphasis
probably.
on the dimwits
I will
part.
not sit on that cart.
Especially
Spoiler
when
alert.
you sit on it. You'll sit on it. You'll like it.
Also, before I give back Merc the reins of this stream, I did do a thing. It was a surprise thing. It's a thing I'm very nervous about telling you guys about, so I want to preface this by saying it happened very quickly, and if you don't like it, you're under no obligation to pretend.
We didn't take a
that
vote, Riley, on the third one.
Yikes. What a way to find out, you know?
I'm here.
If you don't like it, you are under no obligation to pretend you like it. I think it looks pretty good, but anyways, I would like everybody to please jump into my stream and tell me when you get there.
Yes.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah.
Everyone's
it's an
in?
excellent logo.
Yep.
Yeah, this is great. I always wanted this, so I'm really
Perfect.
glad.
Perfect. Justice, are you in?
No.
Okay. All right. I got some artwork done of the
Ooh.
group.
Wow.
Oh shit. Okay. Let her cook.
This- it's a blank background, so it can be used without a background, or you can find a background that you like. I made some examples. These are obviously not perfect. They're just examples.
I like the snow.
Yep.
All
so,
the snow. Rest in peace.
So that's it. That is, yes, I got that.
That is super.
That's
fucking
awesome.
I think it
Yeah,
looks
that's
great.
really
Awesome.
cool.
Why do I have a knife?
Because why not?
Cool. Everyone's got a knife.
Literally everyone
Really?
has something wrong with them. Vierna doesn't have her scars. Sever's skin is too green. Vagar's wearing pants. You have a knife. Zephia's hair is gray instead of white.
Well, this just fits the group though. They're always wrong.
Yeah, we all have
Something
something
always-
a little bit wrong. That is the damn thing.
That's right.
Yeah, that's dope.
I think it's sick as fuck.
That is. I think it is
That
too.
is super duper cool.
So that's
Yeah.
that's it. Now you can have the reins back for the
I'm
stream.
a little upset. The only one showing some thigh is
I know. I didn't get to pick who showed thigh.
It's.
I would have had full thigh out on everyone. Everyone gets one thigh high boot.
Especially
Everyone's so armored
Vagar.
up, and then there's the archer.
That's right. Look at your tits.
Nice
You look
slut
fantastic.
Holy, I didn't even look there.
You,
know,
look fantastic.
I wish the Vagar had a slap mog on, especially after the whole cream my leg incident.
Oh,
Man. I like your cream.
Cream.
That is super duper fucking cool.
That
though.
is dope. Thank you.
That is awesome.
Here, I'm gonna post it in the fan art channel if any of you want to take it to use it for anything that you want.
Hell yeah. Ooh, maybe we can use that as the background for the video ninja thingy when we get that going.
Oh yeah, we can. If everyone's comfortable with it.
Or even that, we could just take like little like cutouts of the faces and put them next to your guys' name. Anyways, we'll get to that part later. Cool.
All right.
All right, let me go ahead and get my stuff back pulled up because I got distracted. Courtney says it's super cool.
Oh, thanks, Courtney.
Okay.
Actually, it was, oh my god, they look so good.
Thank you. I was paraphrasing Death, but thank you for the verbatim.
I preferred hearing the whole thing.
So did I.
Okay, well, now we'll go ahead and kick back into it. So tonight, as we rejoin the party, after having successfully liberated the small port town of Dorora from a group of bandits that had been extorting the residents, you guys had discovered that the bandit presence seemed to be a part of a much larger plot. And after interrogating the bandit, Captain Og discovered the name of the individual that had given the orders initially, a bronze dragonborn named Ladon, who is last known to reside in the city of Blackrock. After a good night's sleep and some overindulgence in the local liquor, you all woke up the next day, feeling refreshed, others not quite as much, and you set out on the road towards Blackrock on what you were told was going to be about a 3-day journey. On your first day of travel, it started out just like any other day. Some light conversation on the road, some of you starting to kind of get the process going of getting to know each other on a little bit deeper level. Around noon on the first day, you guys your conversations were interrupted by Zephia, who had been scouting ahead a little bit as she came running back to the group to inform you all that there were some screams that she had heard up ahead. With the rest of you guys rushing forward towards the sound of the screams, you came upon the scene of a wagon that had been overturned and was currently being rummaged through by a few burly-looking individuals, while a man and woman cowered nearby. After confronting these rapscallions, their skin began to writhe and their bodies contorted as they each took the shape of their individual werebeasts in broad daylight. What ensued was a vicious fight that left all the werebeasts dead or dying, and the cowering couple thankfully unscathed. It was a close one a little bit there. And in the aftermath of this fight, this is where we will pick back up. So, if you guys recall, we pretty much cut it right as the combat ended because it was like almost 4 in the morning at that point. So we're going to pick up pretty much right where we left off. Combat is over. We are out of initiative order. You guys are still standing there, breathing heavily. The bodies are still dripping and spouting blood out of them. Combat is just finished, and I'll let you guys take it from there.
That was a close one. I felt good about that.
I don't think it was close.
Did you see Alon?
He'd look over.
Yeah,
He's
it's
still
kind of hard
large,
to
right?
miss. It's yeah, he's still 14.
It's like 14
Okay.
tall.
How long does that stay on, by the way?
An hour.
It is a full minute.
Oh, is it a minute?
Okay, so it'll drop in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah,
gone.
I mean, he's a little bit taller than normal, but
A
I mean, other
little
than that, he
bit
looks
taller.
great.
He's taller than the tree he's standing next to.
What, are you jealous? Like, so what?
No, I'm just concerned that you are incapable of differentiating heights.
I'm
That's going to
actually-
be a big deal if anything ever happens. to
I'm
you.
actually gonna
Right.
drop concentration on it and let him shrink back and be like, he looks normal to me.
Yeah, see, he's fine.
Okay, I'm being gaslit. All right, well, I felt good about that. She's
Are you
gonna walk
okay?
back to the
Do
cart.
you need?
She's gonna ignore you and just walk straight back to the cart.
Did you see Vagar leap off of Alon's fucking shoulders and kill that fucking bear? It was the bear, right? Okay.
I think so.
Probably.
If I remember correctly, didn't we do that
In
together?
tandem. Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
It's like a team.
Okay.
It was like a joint effort. So you're walking back
So- towards
towards like your guys' cart that you had parked at Vienna?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
you
go
walk
hang
away
out
from
with
the
Eddie, the
battlefield.
only one that I like.
I'm gonna go up to Elon and be like, are you injured at all?
When you get to me, I guess I'm gonna say like the forearm armor has been kind of ripped to shreds.
Okay.
Blood covering it, but so I guess
Then
due to the healing, is see a bunch of the scarred up.
it won't. Magical healing won't leave a scar.
Were you fully topped off, Aelon?
After my lay of hands.
Okay, yeah. So, inspecting yourself, you see the blood that you spoke about. The armor is kind of shredded up there. around the arm, kind of where you got bit and clawed at. But whereas Ilo's correct, typically with magical healing, there would be no like sign of it. Your skin just kind of heals up on its own. There actually is 2 puncture wound scars on your wrist.
Does it look normal or?
They don't necessarily look like, you know how like a lot of scars like will raise up. These don't look like raised up like any old scar. They're flat and flush with the skin, but they're like a silvery kind of white almost. Which even on your rather pale skin does stand out a little bit.
So I'm assuming at this point there's gonna be a lot of blood around it.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm gonna straightforward notice it.
Yeah, it's the area for the most part is still pretty covered in blood because the you were healed, but no one pressed to digitize you at all, so you're still kind of grimy and bloody covered, but nothing's actively bleeding or wounded.
Well, I'm gonna take a look at the wound, and the first thing I'm gonna do is press digitation, clean off all the blood, and then I'm gonna try to take a look at the wound.
Why can't
Oh,
I
shit.
ever be gruesome, man?
Okay, so just
Because I'm
snap
trying
it.
to look.
And all the kind of blood on the grime just kind of like flies off you, just dissipates off into nothingness, and you're back to looking like your normal clean self. Armor on the arm is still a little bit tattered and torn. You can see where there's some deep scratches and punctures in the armor plating itself, and some of the leather underneath was kind of torn through as well.
The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to take a look at the leftover scars, because you know I'm used to healing. I would have an idea that scars shouldn't be left behind. I'm gonna try see if I notice anything wrong with them.
I don't fight you in any way.
Yeah.
I feel perfectly fine.
Is there something you would like me to roll, or?
Yeah, you can give me go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Hey, Mark, these werewolves, did they go back to their human forms, or are they still as they were?
They do transform back into their human selves. Hasn't happened quite yet. It's usually there's like a minute or 2 lag behind it.
Oh, okay.
But they will.
Okay.
Right now, currently though, they're in their bestial forms.
Islam's came not loading for everyone else.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
it's
reloaded
okay,
just to make
okay.
sure it was me.
So, okay.
Alright, I rolled an 11.
Okay, so yeah, you take a look at the arm. He kind of holds his arm out to you, and you just see these 2 white spots on his arm. You can't really tell with that if they're running out their scars or if they could have been there before. I'll say that you don't remember ever seeing them before, but just because of the fact that you guys are related, so you probably have seen his arms a handful of times before in the past. But yeah, you wouldn't really notice them as scars right away, but you know you haven't seen them before.
We should probably get those checked out the next time we're near a temple or a healer. Doesn't look right. And then as I say that, I'm going to cast Mending, which should fix all of his armor.
Okay, yeah. So as you cast Mending, the kind of magic kind of flows out of your hands, and you watch as the stitching of the leather kind of like starts to bend and meld itself back together to form a whole piece of the leather, and the dents kind of pop out of the plate armor that was sitting on the forearm, and it kind of the scratches just kind of moltenly gonna like come back together to make a nice smooth piece of metal again as it's fully repaired.
It's nifty.
At that point, I'm gonna show up there and I'll be like, "Are you okay? Oh, you look fine. What happened? Are you okay?"
Yeah, I feel fine.
I shot him as many times as I could. I gotta get better arrows. These are terrible.
I'm sure it was the arrows.
Thanks.
I look over at the chef's cap that's pinned to the tree. It's the arrows.
Okay.
We finally got Zephyr to talk, and you guys bullied her back into silence.
I pull her in and
Good
give her a
job,
big
team.
old hug. I appreciate it.
Aw.
You're welcome.
I mean, the chef's hat could have been a mimic, I guess.
I'm gonna
That's right.
collect these crappy arrows so I have something to shoot.
And they're still cowering there, by the way.
I kind of look over
I
at him.
shot his hat off. I gotta go get.
What do you think I was talking about?
Yeah, no, that was me. That was totally me. I was, yeah, never mind. Anyways, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna walk over to the guy and apologize.
Okay, as you walk over there, you see 2 gnomes. One a male, one a
They're
female.
gnomes.
Yeah, they're gnomes.
How
Both kind
tall,
of.
how tall are they?
They're about 3'5", 3'6", give or take.
Yeah.
Imagine being 3 foot tall, standing that close to 14-foot tall Eilon. Or Alon.
They're both kind of sitting there. They're not in the fetal position. They're kind of both sitting on the ground, kind of almost cross-legged, like holding each other and just kind of cowering into each other's shoulders, just kind of like sitting there. Just.
I'm just gonna collect my arrow that took his hat off and
Just kind of nicely.
carefully thread it back through, and you're like, I'm really sorry about that. I'm so glad that you weren't,
A little taller.
Anyways, here's your hat. Sorry, but
Is it
hopefully you guys are okay.
Like stands up. You don't really notice him stand up though, because he was pretty much already at his maximum height. Just kind of starts looking around the battlefield for a moment. And he kind of taps the lady on the shoulder and goes, "It's over. It's over." And she kind of like peeks her head up as well and stands herself back up and kind of just dusts herself off a little bit. And yep, I knew that was over all along.
Is this your cart?
Yes, yes, this was our cart. Yes. And the cart's kind of like overturned on its side. One of the wheels is broken off and kind of rolled away a little bit down the hill.
I'm gonna walk over to flip it back. I need to roll something.
Yeah, just roll me a strength check.
I'm gonna try and help.
Okay. You can roll me one as well. Although I kind of imagine
it's
you're probably
not
there
working.
for moral support.
However heavy this cart is, I mean, I'm gonna give it my all, but
There we go, went through.
Oh, I had to right click it.
Oh,
So they're trying to just turn it up on like normal,
Yeah, just
right?
put it back
Like, it's
on
on
its
its side
side
right now.
wheels.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand
why
to help
my
with the
camera's not focusing.
lifting of the cart. Do I need to
Okay.
roll it or anything?
Well, yeah, you'll have to give me a. Well, the mage hand is a cantrip, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the mage
Basically, I
hand you
can
would
just use that
yeah, you
to-
cast it, but you have to give me. You don't have to read the thing for you. You have to give me a strength check as the mage hand. The mage hand should have its own stats for it because it's a separate check. Because the mage hand functions as an independent entity essentially.
So do you want me to just roll strength?
Well, you have to do it for the mage hand. Do you have? Because it wouldn't be using your strength. It's a spectral image essentially. It's a different entity. It wouldn't use
Well,
your
it can't.
stats.
It can't lift anything more than 10 pounds, so
Is
I
that
don't
the
know how much
limitations
help.
on it?
Yeah.
At this point, I'd
Oh,
look
yeah.
at. Would I tell you're
Yeah.
trying to cast something to attempt to help?
Well, the mage hand would cast.
Well,
It
no,
just-
I'm saying. Okay, well, when I see it, and I see it kind of come over, I look at whoever did it, be like, "Can you help pick up some things and let's put them back on the cart?" I have no idea who casted it.
Sure. He would use the hand to pick up something to put on the cart, whatever is scattered around.
There's a
grape.
wheel that's rolled about 15, 20 feet away down the hill.
Okay, yeah, you would just cast his hand to go grab the wheel and bring it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And you like you'd
Can it-
probably see him kind of like
it's a decent sized spectral hand. It just kind of floats around. It's about cuts off right about the like halfway up the forearm.
Have
It's
y'all
kinda
ever
the
seen
size
the
of it.
guys? I can't remember their name, but they do the Viva La Bam. Is it Viva La Bam? That
Viva
they do
Viva La Dirt.
Oh,
oh yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
jackass.
Have
skill
you
where they
have you
fucking-
ever seen him where they do like the keyboard versus controller and he's like,
I think so. Yeah.
yeah, that one. That's what I'm imagining Zarex doing.
Wax off.
I'm gonna
Wax off.
I'm gonna grab the wheel from the hand and I'm gonna look at the damage. Is the damage like encapsulated in less than like a 1 foot cube?
So there's not a lot of damage to it itself. It's and you guys do manage to flip the cart back on its side. Are you holding the cart upright for the wheel to be put back on, or are you letting it rest on its like its axle at the moment?
Considering I rolled decent, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm holding it.
Okay, yeah, it's not a super heavy cart. The DC wasn't super low, so you guys managed to hold it up, waiting for any repairs. As far
I kind of
as
sit there looking at Zephyr while she's holding him. Like, so I kind of while she's holding, I kind of just
I'm just like,
let go of my grip a little bit.
isn't it? Oh.
Well, no, like, so I'm just gonna kind of start letting the weight go more onto her.
it immediately
Just
drops
see,
about 2
see when
inches.
she stops.
Starts turning red. really
You
struggling.
got it. You got it.
I know. I know.
If the damage is
Why is it
small
getting
enough,
heavier?
I'm gonna just cast mending on it and let it pop back together.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of damage to it. It looks like when it was overturned, when it fell, the wheel, it's not held on. It's not a very well-built, well-designed cart. It was the wheel essentially sits on just a circular wooden axle that was held on by an end cap that was basically broken and smashed as it fell off. So you'd be able to cast the mending on it. It's a small cap. It's about the size of a softball.
I want that hoodie.
It's a sick hoodie.
Hey, there he is.
The slum.
Islam.
I had to unplug like 3 things from my motherboard. I don't know what's going on anyways. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You're all good.
You're
Hopefully-
all good.
Hopefully when we
You
switch
got
over
it
to
working.
Video Ninja, that won't be an issue. As much as Speed Discord doesn't like your stuff.
You look like you just woke up.
I did. Yeah, I literally woke up from Riley's text.
Little baby power nap. All right, yeah, so you said you cast mending on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to get the wheel back on there and you cast mending and all the wood bits that had broken off into smaller and larger chunks kind of like float up and fly and kind of reorganize themselves onto the end of the wooden axle. And the wheel is free spinning, so you guys are free to let the cart go at that point.
I'll let it go quicker than Zephyr does.
Okay.
Sucked up.
So all of a sudden, Zephyr, you just have the entire weight of this cart in your hands as he just unexpectedly drops it.
I'm just gonna lurch forward and just smack the side of the cart.
Wow! Everything I'm doing is not trying to damage you.
Well, we couldn't tell. You hit her
see
with a
the-
cart, you hit her with a shield, you hit her with sass.
Just gonna like look back and be like,
Huh?
I kind of
1,
watch
2,
your
3.
face. I just kind of watch your face, but I was like, I'm sorry. I really didn't think you were doing anything. Thought you were just moral support.
trying my best.
Trying my best.
First the arrows. It's fine.
So the little gnome kind of walks up to you guys and he's kind of wringing his hat in his little hands. Thank you guys so much for your help. It was, I thought we were gonna die. Whew.
Y'all showed extreme bravery.
Oh,
You were totally gonna die.
we're not ones for bravery, no.
I'm not the hero. You guys are the real heroes.
I see that, Yingling.
I'm going with the boys quote here.
Where are you guys headed?
Oh, we were on our way to Blackrock from our little farm.
Oh, Blackrock, you say?
Yeah, it's there's a
Are you
stuff. Yeah. Hmm?
merchants? Or are you just selling a little bit of crops? Or
Oh, we're going up there for the BBW festival.
What?
excuse me?
Yeah, the Blackrock beer and wine.
Oh, okay.
It happens annually every year.
Did you just say anal every year?
Annually.
Oh, okay.
Annually every year.
Okay. All right. Well, I thought we were
I'd be
talking about
like,
something
sorry.
else there.
Well,
I'm
we found
familiar
first.
with the abbreviations,
Are you
and then
guys
I would
fans
look
of the
back at
BBW?
Alon.
Oh yeah, I like BBW.
I thought you liked tiny half height women.
Beer? I like beer.
I don't think we found our first clip of the night.
I knew I was gonna throw you guys for a loop too. I was trying to think of a name. I'm like, oh, this is gonna fuck with them so bad. I don't know why my camera keeps not focusing. There we go.
You're fine.
But yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
So you guys have been to the BBW before?
No.
You know, I can't say we have.
Oh, you should.
I've been
it's a
once or
great
twice,
time.
but
No, I mean, good thing we're heading that
local
direction.
brewers, yeah. Oh, well, that's wonderful.
What are you selling?
Oh, we make beer and meads. And he kind of points to his cart. And now that you take a look at the cart, now it's been kind of turned back on the side, you see there's a lot of bags, kind of like large sacks of flour bag kind of thing. They're filled with, some of them are pretty partially open. There's it looks to be with a lot of like barley and wheats kind of in the back of them, as the bags are just full of like ingredients essentially.
So you don't have any already made, huh?
No, we cart it up there for the festival, and then it's a couple days long. It's like 3 or 4 days, and we set up a little tent, and then we brew it, and then we bring it out, and people tie it. We're trying to build a name for ourselves, just a small farm.
What
But
is
I
your
thought
name? Sorry, go ahead. Huh?
I thought Blackrock was a military institution, not a fucking destination place for traveling merchants.
Well, it's not a destination, but everyone's got to start somewhere, you know. Thankfully, the soldiers don't have the best taste in beer, so we're always good to go there.
So tell us about Blackrock.
Oh,
Kinda-
I don't know. It's
I mean, what should we expect when we get there?
it's-
BBW?
He's yelling.
yeah, it's well the
BBW.
BBW festival is it's festive, I guess, for the area, but it's Blackrock's like it's dreary.
Is there like a town surrounding it, or is it
Yeah,
just
it's a
straight up
city.
military post?
But
Okay.
it's known for its military prowess. There's like a real big barracks in the front, and there's like a barracks up towards the back where all the wealthy people get to go. And I've never been there myself, but
Is there a lot of wealthy people?
there's a few, yeah. I wouldn't say there's like a lot, but you know, the war pays.
Have you ever seen the mayor or governor?
No,
No.
I think it's a council.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's-
yeah, that's
I
right.
don't get far past the front gate.
They're
to be
not. They're
honest.
not a fan of the BBW.
Well,
Oh, see,
they're
I
a
thought
fan
you
of the BBW. It's just they look down on little peasants.
I thought you were talking about the mayor of Whoville back here.
No.
Oh, okay, got you.
Not the mayor of Whoville. The council of Blackrock.
Yeah, don't
Like,
know
well,
much
that
about
sounds
them.
like a lot of fun, and I think I got another arrow over here, and I'm just gonna go wandering and looking for more arrows.
No,
I was about to say, at that time, the discussions happening or whatnot, going through and like pulling the javelin out of the bear, and then looking for that one that was in the dirt.
Okay, yeah, you find one of the dirt's about 10, 15 feet past the bear, kind of buried off to the side of the path.
You know, since we are traveling in the same direction, would you mind grouping together? You know, maybe giving some of us who have been walking a ride.
Oh,
We don't have much room in our cart.
I'm sure we could probably arrange that. Where did our horse go? Kind of starts looking around. As you now notice the cart, there's nothing pulling the cart. It's just a cart at the moment.
Did you say you're missing a horse?
I'm gonna roll perception.
Of course.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah,
Can I roll
I'll
too?
be looking for the horse.
Yeah,
too.
anybody and you can tell me which direction you're kind of going off and looking in, since there's kind of a wide area they could have gone.
I'm gonna look to the northwest.
I'm
Okay.
gonna look into the direction that the horse should be. So the front of the cart
Yeah,
is where it's missing. I'm going that direction.
Gotcha. So
Yeah, I'd
straight ahead.
probably be looking over this way.
Okay. Perception. Did you roll twice, Joseph?
Did you say perception?
No.
Yeah, perception check.
Yep.
I don't know what the bottom one is. Because the top one is the perception labeled. I don't know what the bottom one is. It's not even labeled with anything.
Okay. So this will be both Alon and Zephyr will notice this. You guys will notice that because you're both kind of looking in the same direction, roughly north and then northwest. There is a small path about 50 feet ahead of you guys, about 20 or so feet off to the right. There is a small path that kind of leads off into kind of the deeper forest area, and you do see one or two like hoof prints that looks like they might have potentially been in that direction.
Oh, we always have good luck with random paths.
I might be something over there.
Are you
Some-
sure?
Yeah, there's some. Well, there's hoof prints. I don't know about this path though.
Fuck it.
I'll go
Okay.
check it out.
All right, I stay at the entrance.
Okay. Are you trying to do it stealthily, sneakily, or you just kind of?
Oh,
running
if she's
down
not doing it stealthily, then I'm going with her. She's doing it stealthily.
No, I'm doing it stealthily. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
and you're trying
Always.
to.
You know what? I'm going with her, and I'm gonna try to be stealthy.
All right.
Okay, you guys can both give me stealth checks. Justice or Elon, what kind of armor are you wearing? It's not heavy armor, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
he's
should
wearing
be.
heavy.
Okay,
He has
Oh no,
stealth
I've got disadvantage.
Okay, I was just
Disadvantage.
making, I wasn't sure. If you
Oh
had
yeah,
armor
100%.
you were
Like
wearing,
I'm doing this. I'm doing this for the memes.
Okay, cool. And then Zephyr, are you proficient in survival?
I sure am.
Okay, cool. Then you might also roll a survival check for the tracking of said horse prints, because there's only a couple to go off of initially.
So would you like stealth first?
Yeah, stealth first.
Okay. Oh, opened a window. Weird.
Well, that's not great.
What an entirely expected turn of events.
That is a double 3 on a disadvantage. Self check. Excellent. So
He's like a straight up Kool-Aid man.
Tink, 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 tink.
as you guys start down the path, Zephyr, you kind of get into like a nice low crouch. You're kind of like gently walking off to the
She rolls a
side,
19.
managing to miss all the little sticks and stones that are kind of in the way, managing to make almost virtually no noise. And then behind you, just your Alon is stepping on every single branch, manages to kick one of the larger logs, swears an expletive as he stubs his toe, then continues to stomp around angrily now that he's injured his foot.
I'm gonna turn around and just stare and like.
And I'm just gonna be here. What?
And I'm just gonna turn back around.
I continue following her.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a survival check. There's that. Okay. This will be less for if you're able to find it, but more so how long it takes you to find. Okay.
Oh shit, she finds it.
So
Jesus.
with a natural 20
You're gonna so fucking
survival check of 28, you manage to almost immediately see that the hoof prints start down the path and lead off to the right. But using your kind of knowledge of animals and how they typically act from just like a behavioral standpoint in the path of least resistance, you keep going up the path anyways. You notice that about 20, 30 feet later, the hooves actually do come back onto the path and cut straight down the path. And you can see that it goes about another 120, 140 feet before it looks like it might open into some kind of a clearing.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna like.
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
I'm gonna like look back at Ayla. I'm like, can you just wait here? Because I'm pretty
Why? What do you
sure
say? You say.
I'm pretty sure I know where the horse is.
Well, let's go. And I say it like,
Like
lead the
mom.
way.
Also, all of the rest of you guys would have noticed Zephyr sneak off and then hear the clomp, 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 crunch of
Yeah,
all
ain't
the
nobody
undergrowth
sneaking.
being trampled underneath.
The curse
No,
being
no.
thrown out.
And then for those of you that are still in the area, you see the male gnome kind of looks up and goes, "Oh, yeah, they're gonna scare her away, aren't they?"
Oh, one of them is.
I mean, like, you're very loud.
I hope he doesn't. That horse has been. We've had it's a 4th generation horse.
I look to the gnome and
Kind of starts wringing his hands nervously again.
Okay.
what's
I'm
your
gonna
name?
follow her. Oh, sorry.
I said that to the gnome. I asked him what his name is.
Okay. Oh, my name is Darren.
Oh. Hi.
Darren.
Hello.
And he comes up to about a little above where your knee is. That's actually about like thigh. The top of his head's about almost at groin
Mid-thigh.
level. Yeah, mid thigh.
How heavy's your cart?
I don't know. I don't really pick things up for fun, as you can see. It's heavy.
I try to go in the where the stall of there the horse is and try to pick it up. And
Okay, go ahead and give me a strength check.
You know, I said Vagar would make a great horse.
Yeah, but he was supposed to give Eddie a break. I'm supposed to be trekking these gnomes along.
it's just pulling
Right
up the
click it.
description. Okay, thank you.
Do it that way because it started to actually do it, but then it stopped.
Yeah, I think there's just an issue with our API.
Okay.
So you would think that you'd be strong enough to lift it. And as you kind of grab onto it, you can feel that you probably should be able to lift it, but there is some damage to it when it was kind of flipped over. And there's not a lot of damage, but just enough so that some splinters are kind of poking into your hand that makes it real hard to get a good grip on it. And you kind of pick it up for a minute or two before you just have to let it go because it's too hard on your hands.
But I still see him through the trees.
No, you guys are gone by this point.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna be like,
I see the struggle with it, and I assume I've seen him complaining about splinters.
Ah!
And he dropped it.
Ah! It's just like this tiny little splinter.
I'm gonna walk over and mending the handles and stuff and shape them back up a little bit.
Okay.
Oh,
So the mending
thank
it
you.
smooths out the wood. It doesn't give it like the nice polished sheen that
Yeah,
a
it's
high
just
quality cart would, but the wood itself is it's smooth enough to the point where there's no like obstacles stopping somebody from grabbing onto it. It's still just kind of rough wood and kind of hard to get a hold of the way it's built, but no longer splintery.
I'll be right back quick.
Does anybody, do the rest of you guys want to do stuff? Because this will be happening simultaneous, so all the other two are horse hunting. So
Yeah, can I check behind us? Just kind of see if we're being followed.
yeah, you can give me a perception check.
Holy shit. Okay, it's just gonna roll a few times, so
That's
ignore
fine.
that.
Just take the first one. Yeah, you take a good glance back. You take a minute and kind of like survey the surroundings as you're looking behind, and you don't see any signs of you being followed.
You do see Vierna sitting on the cart like this.
I'm gonna try to pick it up again after he's mended it and did that thing to my hand or whatever.
Okay, you can go ahead and repeat the strength check. I'll give you advantage on this one since he did mend it.
Oh. Well,
Not
No
me.
need.
Yeah, it's miraculous what a little bit of mending will do to these wooden handles. It's still a bit of an awkward like as far as like a width of it. It's not really meant for holding, but you do manage to pick it up, and it's heavy. It probably weighs about a good 200-ish pounds, give or take, about 200, 250. So you could technically pull it. Your strength is high enough to be able to do it. It would be difficult travel, but you would be able to pull it if need be.
Okay. I set it down and look back at everyone. You want to catch up to them, and I'll pull the wagon.
I mean, I don't doubt your strength abilities, Vagar, but I mean that thing's got to be fucking heavy. I mean, if you want to, okay. I mean, hey, you know, you do you. I just don't want you to hurt yourself. That's all.
I look over to the little gnome. Is that, you hop in and we go?
Sure, I guess. He looks over at his wife, who's just. We don't know these people. And
What a
her
bitch.
husband
We just
kinda
saved her life.
Well, her husband kind of they saved our lives. I mean, they're going to Blackrock, right? We're small, and he kind of just does this and points to Vagar, who's just hulkingly large and picking up their whole fucking cart. Are you ready? And he's like, we've got to lose, and so they a little bit hesitation, but they jump into the back of the cart.
All right. I'd say I'd pull it just to where that path starts, wherever, I don't know how wide that is to go down, but just we're on the main path.
Yeah, you guys are on the main road, which is probably about, the map's not like realistic as far as like the dimensions. The path itself is about 30 feet wide for the main road. The path they went down is like 7, 8, so it's a single file path that they went down, but you'd be able to get the cart spun around the right direction and head about 20, 30 feet down the path to kind of get it to where they split off.
Okay. I'd do that. Just eyesight of them, I guess.
And we'll let that strength check pass throughout it if you do need to, but I will let you know if you do have to actually act as the horse, it will be a half movement. So while you will be able to tow the cart, it will take you twice as long to travel anywhere.
Okay.
I would like to loot all of these dead things whenever they transform back.
They have, as that whole debacle was going on with Vagar pulling up the cart and they're going to split off, you guys do notice that once you turn around that the bodies have now shrunk back down to the humanoid forms, albeit slightly less clothed than they were before. Just kind of basically wearing some like tattered clothes around their waist to kind of protect their private bits, but they are in their humanoid forms with the same injuries.
Gotta put elastic in that.
Yeah, I'd be looking for any sorts of like pouches or if there's any, anything laying around their bodies, like where they dropped.
Who are you searching first? It's not like a whole thing. You would basically do one at a time, more or less.
Okay, I would start with green.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check. And then once that check gets done, we'll switch back over to the horse hunters. Okay, investigation check, 17. Excellent. This is the green wolf?
Yep.
So you filter through it, kind of like rifle through his pockets a little bit. It doesn't look like he's carrying a whole lot. You don't see really any weapons. You see a small knife attached to the hip. You do find a small leather pouch that contains 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, I would take the gold pieces and I would take the knife.
Okay.
There you go. That's why Zalraxis has a knife in that picture.
Well,
Boom.
now
There
I
you go.
was forced to
Cannon.
game me into it.
You better.
You probably would have a knife anyways. Even most spellcasters carry some kind of small knife.
Yeah.
On just for,
Well, I think that's the one I killed. So I'm gonna like walk up to it and take my knife out of his neck, and then just like kind of clean it off as I stick it back in my.
okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk back towards Virna.
Man would rather have blood on his outfit than say prestidigitation again.
Can't be asked.
Prestidigitation. All right, we'll go ahead and flip it
wishes
back
here.
over to the horse hunters. So you guys still just same thing, walking down the path, clomping and sneaking.
Oh no, I'm gonna at this point because she called me out. I'm gonna try to be stealthier.
Okay, I'll let you re-roll it one more time. Still at disadvantage.
Please, for the love of God, be more quiet.
6. Not a lot really changes. You're not like actively and aggressively clomping around, but you're still stepping on every single twig. Almost like you're going out of your way too, with how much frequent you're stepping on the twigs and the leaves and stuff. Makes quite a large amount of ruckus.
I'm just gonna turn back around, put the hood up, and like
What are
as
you
I'm
huffing and
going,
puffing about?
nothing. Don't worry about it. Try not to step in stuff that makes noise, like sticks.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, they are. I'm gonna like any that's like really obvious. I'm gonna try to like move out of the way of his path as I go downward.
You managed to move a couple of them out of the way that maybe reduces the noise a little bit, but overall it just makes a ton of noise. I mean, he's wearing big heavy boots. Everything he steps on makes a lot more aggressive noise than you would think. So even the small itty bitty twigs you think wouldn't be an issue still make very loud snapping sounds as they're being stepped on.
Do you want to just wait here, and because I'm really quiet, like, believe me, I can get this horse back really fast. But if you want to watch my back, that would be awesome.
Fine.
Awesome.
Took like 3 more steps toward him.
It's like,
You said here.
that exactly right there.
All right, at this point,
Perfect.
you're about 70, 80 feet away from the clearing, and you may proceed onward.
Awesome.
So as you
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
just gonna.
walk much quieter now, you're kind of sticking to the side of the trees, kind of weaving in and out of them as you're going through, making sure you're not stepping on the twigs and kind of tiptoeing your way along the path. You manage to finally come into a clearing and go ahead and
Well,
give me...
before she does that, about 20 feet away, she hears doom, doom. I'm bored, so I started picking up rocks, dunking them at the trunk of a tree.
starts to fade as you're getting farther away, and as it fades, so does your irritation. As you hear the thunk, thunk, and then it just kind of eventually fades off as you walk into the clearing. And go ahead and give me a perception check, set for you. Okay. As you walk into the clearing, first thing you notice is in fact a horse. It's a very large brown horse, kind of like a really nice chestnut brown. Very, very nice looking coat on the horse. The horse does not look as ramshackle and shabby as you kind of imagined it would, judging by the appearance of the cart. It looks like a very, very nice and well kept horse. Just kind of happily sitting there, rooting through what looks to be a bag. As you kind of take in the rest of your surroundings, you realize this is actually a small campsite. You see the remnants of kind of a fire in the middle. It doesn't look like it's any permanent campsite by any means. It's, you know, some bedrolls that are kind of half rolled up and a little unkempt, some food scattered kind of around here and there, a couple of weapons. There's a couple of swords and a bow hung up onto a tree, a couple of arrows that might be stuck in a tree trunk that kind of look like they might be used for target practice. But yeah, the horse is currently just filtering, rifling through a bag, looking for presumably something to eat.
Does it have like leads on it still, or anything from the cart?
It would, yeah. It would have like the kind of the mouth leads that kind of stick into the large like bar that kind of sticks in the reins that kind of behind it. You can see that there is blinders on the side of it, but it has like the hooks that kind of would strap into the harness that sits at the front of the cart. So it cannot see you currently because its face is down in the bag and the blinders are keeping it from viewing you.
Okay.
As you have snuck up on it unannounced.
All right.
Thank God it was just you.
And I don't see anybody else. It's just there's an abandoned campsite.
Just a campsite. You do notice there's 4 beds. So, reasonable deduction that this is probably where the aforementioned rapscallions may have been potentially holed up.
Okay. I'm going to cautiously approach the horse. I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And just, you know,
You better hope it's not an asshole.
trying to rein it in and get it back and lead it back to the cart.
Okay, so you cast Speak with Animals, so what do you say? I can hear you and you can hear it.
Friends with your dad.
Like, hey, I've come to, you know, get you back to your your owners.
So as you start to speak, the tail that was previously like twitching and, you know, flopping around a little happy and immediately just freezes. And the head kind of like lifts up and snaps right at you, and all of a sudden you just kind of hear, "Who dares disturb my snack time?"
Oh, what are you snacking on?
I'm looking for apples. Do you have any apples? And he kind of like stamps a foot and kind of like shakes its head a little bit.
I don't have any apples. Terribly sorry.
Do you have any other apples?
Do you?
If you have no
eat
apples, you're of no use to me.
Do you have apples regularly?
Oh yes.
Did the
It kind of like shakes its head and like kind of prances a little bit like a stuck-up manner almost.
I'm sure we could get you some apples.
Find me some apples, and then we may talk. And it kind of goes back to rifling around in one of the other bags.
But okay.
How long has passed?
Like Zeppy's probably been gone for about 2 minutes.
Do I have to cast this Speak with Animals somehow?
You can do it. I believe it's is it a spell or slot or is it a cantrip? I can't remember. Because it would like if it's a spell slot, it would use a spell slot, but it's just kind of like a generic spell. It's not necessarily one that would have like a DC on it.
Yeah.
At least I don't believe so. I've never used it as something with a DC. Because you're basically just casting it, and it gives you the ability to commune with animals.
Yeah, it's a first level.
Okay, so yeah,
but
you
I
would.
have
You
two
can
of
hit the
them.
cast button. Do you have one that comes from the class? It should say. Here, let me pull up your sheet, actually.
Primal Awareness and Ranger.
Okay. One of them should be like a use thing. One of them might be a class feature where you get to essentially cast it for free.
One is use, one is cast.
So the use would be it's a class feature, and then so it won't use any spell slots. And the cast ones are part of the spells you get as your Ranger class that would take a spell slot. It's the same thing though.
Okay. I just clicked use.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try and like convince this horse to like come with me. Be like, you know, you were headed to Blackrock with the dwarves. I'm sure there's apples.
I just don't know where we were headed. Just that we were headed.
Well, I have to.
I just
get you.
I just eat the apples.
I have to get you back to the cart.
Then he kind of like turns his head up and looks at you again. Well, then you should find me some apples.
But I have to get you back to the cart to find you some apples.
This is secretly the segue into my one shot.
It kind of just goes back to rifling through one of the bags.
God damn it.
Kind of starts pulling some stuff out of his teeth. You're seeing like you see a rope just kind of go flying. You're seeing some like miscellaneous stuff kind of just get spilled out of there. See a couple like dry
Flopping
food
coming up
ration
behind
things.
Ay, ay, ay. I'm gonna like attempt to grab the leads and lead it away from this bag.
Oh,
Okay, give me an animal handling check. Are you trying to just grab it and lead it, or are you trying to grab it and jump on it and ride it?
I'm not going to try and ride this horse, no.
Okay.
Not unless it like... it
Give me an animal
really
handling
tries
at
to-
advantage because you do have the speak with animals up.
Okay.
This is just a very snooty horse.
I was writing my notes and I said, Vagar can fill in for missing horse. Said horse is a pompous prick and apple fanatic.
So as you grab the leads, and I'm assuming you probably speak to it again as your cone, trying to convince it to come. The horse just kind of gives kind of shakes its head and gives like a exasperated, like a fine if I must, and then it'll allow you to lead it.
Thank God. You are a magnificent horse, don't get me wrong.
I know.
I come into the
Well, it
clearing.
shakes its mane.
I see the. I'm gonna look around the campsite.
I'm just leading this horse.
So you see Zephyr leading this very majestically beautiful brown chestnut horse.
What a little horse.
It's a beautiful horse, isn't it?
I've seen better. Good things I don't speak with animals.
Yeah, can't understand
There's a-
you.
There's a camp back there. I don't know if you want to check it out.
Oh, I came up to you. I didn't stay.
Oh, well, there's a
But
camp here.
it was perfect timing.
Yeah.
So I'm on.
Oh,
Do you want me to roll like investigation or?
Are you just taking around to look at the camp, or?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can give me a perception check. Okay, yeah, so you take a look around the camp as well, and you see pretty much the same thing that Zephyr saw, although a little bit overturned now just because of the horse rummaging through. But you see some bedrolls, you see 4 bedrolls kind of grouped around looks like out campfire, doesn't look like it's been lit recently. Kind of scattered around the bedrolls, there's a couple of weapons lying around here and there, just general camp supplies. It looks like it's just a general disarray, doesn't look like it's any kind of organized camp, but as you're looking around, you actually do see a couple of apple trees off in the distance as well, too, just kind of around the edges of the camp.
Apple trees. So I'm gonna look around for. Does anything look like stolen? Like they've
You
got
see,
their, done this before? Kind of got like a loot section.
You do see a chest.
I
Looks like it's kind of half covered underneath a couple of like old robes.
I just kind of grab the chest and start walking.
Okay.
If there's nothing else of interest.
No, everything else, it just looks like general camp equipment. It doesn't look like they had a lot of things. It's just typical camper equipment, essentially. And then the chest.
Actually, I'm gonna go grab 2 apples as well.
Okay.
And I
Good job.
kind of
Pick a couple of
I wanna-
nice Fujis.
and I want to kind of catch up to them, and the whole time get up beside them, I'm just munching on one of the apples.
Okay. Are you pulled up along Zephyr?
Yeah, like I attempt to catch up. I'm assuming they're just doing a walk, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna kind of underarm the chest.
Yeah, you guys kind of. It would be difficult for the two of you to walk in tandem along this path because it is a very narrow path. You alone, along with this kind of big and broad as you are, would have trouble walking along it.
Okay, well,
regardless.
I'll stay behind, and I'm assuming it's a crisp apple. Like
It's a very crisp apple. In fact, you actually see the horse kind of spin around and like try to look, but it can't quite get a glimpse because of the blinders. And then Zeph, you kind of feel like a little nudge against your back, and you just hear, "Is this very loud individual with you? Does he have an apple?" Is he...
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Just shakes its head and just, "Ugh, I need an apple." And just keeps
When
on
people
going.
cast Speak with Animals, did they just talk normal and the horse understands them, or is Host just neighing
yeah,
at
I'm
this
thinking
No,
of
it's-
I'm thinking of him name.
Like telepathically.
It's not like
isn't
supernatural episode. They're talking. He's talking in just common, and the horse can understand. And then the horse is like just making small
Neighings.
neighs that Zephy is able to interpret and also kind of like basically hear in your head more or less. You're able to interpret it in like a weird way, but yeah, it's normal conversation. It's not Zephy just going over and over again.
That would be much better.
Yeah,
but
that
all
would
right.
be better.
God, that's gonna end up as a fucking short. I can already tell.
Thank you, Merc. Beautiful.
It is a homebrew. Can we change that?
Because then nobody will use the fucking spell.
I kind of take the second apple and toss it as if you here. Grab you an apple.
Oh, thanks. You're such a great horse, and I'm gonna give it to the
You give it to the horse?
Yes.
Okay, the horse very delightedly snaps up the apple and just immediately just chomps it all and was much better.
See, I told you there'd be apples.
You were right. Kind of happily
think we're-
chews and clumps around. About this time, you guys are getting ready to emerge. So, in the interim, probably about 5 minutes that they were, I'll say about 10 minutes that they were gone and coming back. What would the rest of you like to be doing during that time?
I would like to search blue.
Okay. We'll cue you up for that. What are the rest of you guys doing? Remember, it all can be happening simultaneously.
I get annoyed waiting for everybody, seeing two of them kind of wander off, and Vagar attempt to be a horse. So I just give
Hey, I
Eddie
pulled
a
the
little,
cart up to the path.
I did.
give Eddie a little pat on the butt to catch it up to the group.
Okay, so you guys move your cart to kind of, we'll just say like where the cart is now, that's your guys' staging area, that's where you guys have caught up to.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll move the bodies off to the side just for the sake of it. Alright, Ilo. Anything?
I am not doing much. Maybe I'll walk back towards Vienna.
Okay. Alright, you want to roll me investigation then, Zaraxis, for the Blue Wolf?
Yep.
Okay, 17. So similar to the first one, not a whole lot on them at first, but you do find kind of a very similar, just a small pouch kind of strung around the belt. This contains 4 platinum pieces and 1 potion of healing.
Oh no, it's a good
Okay,
pickup.
I'm gonna take.
God bless loot
take
tables.
all of it.
Okay.
Oh shit! I think I've been doing this wrong.
What'd you do?
So,
Maybe
I have 1,000,000 platinum pieces.
no.
Stonks.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got it. Okay, it just didn't update. I got it.
That's called exponential growth.
Yeah.
All
Got onto
and
that
then-
GameStop.
Somebody invested in
So-
Netflix 13 years ago.
That's right.
And you said 1 healing potion.
Yeah, 1 potion of healing. And so for that, on the character sheet, you would add an item. You would just search potion of healing. It'll just be potion of healing. That's the name of it.
And do I want to add it to equipment or backpack? Doesn't matter.
Probably equipment. I'm not really doing encumbrance, so it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. But things that are in your equipment are like what you have, like equipped and ready to use at a moment's notice. Backpack is like your storage that you kind of lug around with you.
Okay. Okay.
Have I caught up to the cart at this point?
Yeah, it didn't take you very long. It took you maybe a minute or a minute and a half. It wasn't a very long distance.
What are we doing? Are we leaving or what?
And I like awkwardly look at the gnome and his wife. Blackrock.
We should
They're going to Blackrock?
probably wait for the horse.
yeah, we're riding with them. We're gonna split ourselves up. Some of us can ride on their cart too.
It's not a lot of room on our cart. It's mostly it's any kind of points the cart that's mostly full of like these barley bags and these wheat bags.
You can still sit on top of the bags.
Yeah, maybe like 1 or 2. It's just kind of like looking nervous. Like, yeah, just yeah.
Or I mean, you could have been dead, you know.
I suppose you're right. We probably would have been very dead.
We aren't even charging you for this. I mean,
Why are you going to Blackrock?
Oh, for the BBW festival. Were you,
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
While all of that's happening, I'm gonna hop off the cart, and then search red. Like walk over and search red.
yeah, the Red Wolf.
Yes.
Okay, roll me investigation. Okay, 13. So Red Wolf, very similar situation. Not where to let it close. You manage to find the coin purse that's kind of tied around the belt, and then there is 19 copper pieces.
Bet. I also have a question about them. Before they transformed, were they like all just kind of wearing whatever normal clothes? Were they wearing a uniform? Did they look like some of the bandits we've already gone up against?
They did not look similarly dressed to the bandits you've previously encountered. They were just kind of wearing essentially rough scraps of leather. Small parts of it kind of buckled down. It didn't look like any kind of organized armor. And now kind of surveying what they had gone through, understandable why, because anything they were wearing kind of just like erupted and broke off. So there's a couple pieces of like leather, like long strips of leather that are kind of laying about, not really in organized fashion, but now it's not similarly dressed to what you've previously encountered, no.
Okay, bet.
Okay. Anybody else?
Where did Alon and Zenzia go?
They went off into the woods. They're searching for the horse.
These people's horse?
Yeah.
Why aren't these people searching for their horse? Haven't we done enough? We got places to be.
It's like wrangling
do you say
cats.
that loud
dude.
enough to like? Are you still
Oh,
back
yeah.
by the wolf, or are you back by the cart?
Well, I think the red wolf was actually like his body was close up to where Zephia's token is still sitting,
like-
so
Yeah, like somewhere over there.
I would have walked up towards there. So
So right beside you, Bigger.
Yeah.
But I moved the cart
as well.
away from the bodies, is why I asked. We're not by the bodies anymore.
Well, I moved the bodies away because I can't really manipulate the map on the fly. So the cart where you were at, Vagar, is currently where you guys are grouped up. Like I said, it was
Okay.
20, 30 feet. It wasn't very far away.
Okay.
yeah, well, yeah, you could hear me. I wasn't like trying to keep it
Alright.
quiet.
And I look at when she says that, I look at the lady that the gnome's with. What? Why aren't you looking? I'm like looking right now.
The nice lady with the hair just kind of took off. I didn't really get a chance, I guess, but
Yeah, can't you just like call it or something?
no, it's a horse.
So it doesn't have a name?
It has a name, but horses don't really come. It's not
Why
it's not
don't
a
you try?
domestic animal.
How do they make baby horses then? Ayo.
Good point.
Disconnects from Discord.
End life.
Alt F4.
This is why Bjorna catches strays.
Avirna catches strays when she's dead silent for the entire session. What do you mean?
Well, it's karma.
Okay, first of all, that has never happened.
I was quiet for like an hour before I caught the strays with Alon and Ilo's private conversation.
It was private.
When she says that, I look at her. You can call a horse. Try it. Go. Come on. Do something. You know.
You're absolutely right.
Horse.
As
You're
you do
absolutely
that,
right.
actually, Vagar, they start walking out of the woods with the horse.
Look at that.
See? Well, look at that.
He does
Yeah,
talk.
You're welcome.
Don't try to tell us that the horse doesn't listen.
Ah, fucking.
Good job, friend.
No problem.
Just kind of look at each other like, oh, we're so gonna die.
So what? You cut out there a little bit. You're so what?
They just look at each other and kind of go, we're so gonna die at some point.
Oh.
Oh, I did say that must have. I don't know why we never thought of that before. Then you see kind of like the male gnome kind of pulls out like something out of his pocket and just kind of puts it back.
Relatable.
So you guys
Vagar,
now
see that?
emerge from the wood, or the woods, excuse me, holding or leading the horse, Zephyia, with Alon in tow as well.
I'm gonna lead it up to where Vagar is and get the horse set back to where it should be on the cart.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just awkwardly standing there holding it. What? You want something?
The horse is gonna pull the cart.
Oh, and I'm like staring eye to eye to the horse. I'm assuming it's a pretty tall horse, or like, you know.
Yeah,
it'd be
it's about eye
eye
level. Yeah, it's a sizable horse. It's a pretty big horse.
Sup? Hey.
Just kind of like
Just like looking at.
flicks its head and like shakes its mane a little bit and just.
And I do the same with like my long braided ponytail, like,
Like,
what's up?
kind of cocks his head up and like stamps one of his foot, and then Zephia, you hear when neighs, "What is this?"
This was my friend.
Oh, thanks. I'm your friend. Why are you saying that to me?
He's very large.
Yeah.
It's a very
was,
oddly shaped horse.
Oh, he's not a horse.
And as he does
who are you talking
as
to?
Vagar shakes his head, the horse kind of goes, "Are you sure about that?"
I'm pretty sure.
What the fuck is going on right now?
All right, let's get you all set up here again. Back on the.
The gnomes they kind of jump off the cart and they immediately kind of work to start getting the horse hooked back up to the cart. And they pull a couple apples out of one of the bags and they feed the horse.
Oh, look at that! More apples for you.
This has been quite the day.
You've handled it so well.
I know.
Are you talking to the horse?
Yes.
What's its name?
I'm not sure. What is your name?
His name is Bertrand.
Bertrand!
Bertrand. That's a great name for a great horse.
It's regal.
Ugh.
Very
Sam
regal.
Regal.
God damn it.
Bertrand Bells.
I hate all of you people. All right, so the horse takes about a minute for them to get the horse hooked up, but they get the horse hooked up and they're now ready to make on with the day if all the rest of you are completed. Is there anything anybody wants to do before you guys set off from the area?
I'd like to, did anyone loot the werebear?
It looks
That's
untouched.
what I was gonna do.
Too late, beat you to it.
Oh,
I would assist in.
you know what?
In searching the
Rollies
werebear.
for it.
Okay, fine.
Rollies.
Just roll a d20, whoever gets higher.
I set
Ooh,
the chest in front of Ilo.
Okay,
Do
Merc,
bears
how do you
have
spell the
an
horse's name?
Oh, fuck off.
Bertrand.
Bertrand.
Yeah, Bertrand.
Well, since he dropped the chest, I'm gonna check it.
It's investigation, right?
Yeah, investigation. And it'll be same for you as well, Ilo, if you want to take a look at the chest. We're trying to see if just taking a look at it, or what are you trying to do with the chest?
I'm seeing. I'm
Damn.
gonna check if it's locked first.
Here, let me do it.
I'm so confident there's nothing in this dude's pocket. She's empty.
Well, Ilo, we'll do you first. You said you're gonna just check to see if it's
I'm about
locked.
to fall over and shit.
I'm gonna check to see if it's locked, and then check to see if it's trapped.
Okay, which one do you do first?
Well, I can. I'll check for traps first.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Oh God!
Doesn't look trapped.
I'm gonna see if it's locked in.
Okay. Opens right up.
We're
It wasn't even locked.
We're getting them out now.
All right.
Yeah, it just swings right open.
Well, nothing happened.
Nope.
I look inside.
Just an unlocked fucking chest. Okay, we'll use the investigation check that you rolled as that. Inside the chest, you find basically just a lump of gems. It's going to be 8 gems, and they're all going to be worth 10 gold piece gems. It's going to be 3, and you don't really need to do the specifics, but you can if you'd like to. I treat it more as like just an assorted gem, so if you guys need specific gems going forward, with the exception of diamonds, diamonds will have to be found specifically, but some spells call for just gems in general. But if you do care about the specific context, it's going to be 3 obsidian gems, which is kind of like an opaque black, and 5 lapis lazuli gems, which is going to be blue with some yellow flecks in them.
Ooh, pretty.
And among that, it was just like some tattered clothes. There's like another rusty dagger that's kind of hidden at the bottom. But
You said 5 lapis lazuli.
yeah, 5 lapis lazuli and 3 obsidian. And these are 10 GP gems. All right, and we'll swing back over to Vierno. Vierno, you take one look at this mangled corpse and you just go, yeah, there's. You like lift up one of it, like one like piece of clothes. It's nothing there. Nope. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything. It's fine.
Yeah, after seeing that, I'm gonna just like completely ignore her search and search it anyway.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll for it.
It's got 867 platinum on it.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
No.
That's 3 nat ones in a row.
You guys are
Get 'em out
fucking
now.
trolling me. So you don't take much of a look
I think you
either.
turned off our hacks, Merc, and I think that's rude
Should
of
we go
you.
count how many nat 20s there's been so far today?
There's 2.
2.
It's
That's
2.
still pretty good for not having done really anything. But there
Good
is,
for me.
yeah, more. Yeah, Haas is on a roll. Okay, so yeah, you take a quick look over it, and it's the same mangled corpse. You're not really wanting to get yourself all kind of gross and dirty. So you're kind of looking around. You don't really manage to find any kind of like money pouch, but you do see, kind of like under its body is like this kind of like eyewear. Like looks almost like a set of goggles, kind of like underneath its body.
I would try to take that out and try to investigate what it is.
Okay, yeah, you just take it out. It wasn't like pinned underneath him at all. It was just kind of like lying half under one of his arms, and just kind of you just pull it out, and you're holding a set of what looks like goggles. It's kind of like these leather goggles. It looks like it's got a strap that would go around the head, and the eye sockets for it are like kind of like an opaque light green, like a jade.
Okay. I would hang on to them for now. I would throw them in like a pouch just
Okay.
to.
Since we don't know what it is yet, just write down. Just take note of it. It's just one set of.
Wait,
green
I could
lens
see you
goggles.
find that, right? Like I'm still just standing right next to you.
Yep.
It's up to you if you
Yeah,
walked away or
I'm
not.
not trying to hide it.
Yeah. Okay. Can I look through those?
Sure, you would hand them over.
I want to look through them.
Okay.
Is everything green and I can't, or can I just not see anything since they were opaque?
It's very they're very very like. I don't know if opaque means like you can see through it, correct? I might be using the fucking word wrong. Opaque is like
means
dark
you
and-
cannot see
What is the
through
opposite?
it. Translucent.
Translucent. Okay, yes. Sorry.
Translucent means you can see through it, but it's a color.
It's that.
Transparent means
they're
it's
lenses.
clear. Okay.
So they're
it's
they're
just
basically like
so they're
jade
just
light green lenses.
okay.
You look through
Well,
them.
these are
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Just see some like little short little chick with these massive things on her eyes, just looking around.
They're like 2 mason jars you're looking through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you look through the glasses and everything immediately gets much brighter. And due to the nature of you being a drow, direct sunlight burns your retinas a little bit.
okay.
For the remainder of the day, you have disadvantage on all investigation and perception checks that you cite, as your eyes have now been partially burned.
Okay.
It's basically you just looked into the sun for about 3 seconds, and now you just have like that spot, kind of. You were not expecting that. It is exceptionally brighter than it should have been.
Let's see your reaction. Let's see it. Let's see the role play.
See the role play. Oh God! Oh no! Don't look through those. It's not worth it. It's not even a pretty green.
Yeah, I would grab them as she throws them off and immediately look through them as well.
Okay? Everything is much brighter, but no effect to you.
Yeah, so I would
It's
have
literally
these
just because
glasses
she's a
held
drow.
up.
That's it.
Yeah, I would have these glasses held up, you know, like some big ass fucking.
Some
I'd be like,
steampunk Timo shit.
like, I mean, things are a little more green.
And as he's holding them up, I'm like looking back. Whoa! Where'd you go, friend? Who's this? Who are you? What the hell?
I'd still be kind of looking around, not really paying attention to Vagar.
Yeah, you can. Things are much brighter and much kind of clearer. Like you can see detail farther out a little bit better because everything is brightened. Like the shadows on the inside of the trees, where the forest kind of like dampens the light and everything kind of gets dulled out. You can see very, very clearly into that like very dark areas of the forest, and you're able to see them like they're 5 feet away from you. You're seeing the squirrel that kind of runs up and down the tree and grabs an acorn and runs back down. You're seeing the birds that are kind of sitting up in the nest feeding their young. You can see everything very clearly on the inside of the forest.
Okay.
And then the
I
light
would-
parts
I
of
would
it are just
kinda, like,
brighter.
Okay, so I would kind of, you know, like check them, and then I would immediately go over to Vagar and say, "Here, next time we're in a cave, you're gonna want to use these."
Ilo, were you
and I
watching
would
all this
hand them
occur?
over to him.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a just general wisdom check. So just 20 plus your wisdom modifier.
How far away are they from where I am?
You guys are all pretty damn close to each other. I
No,
would
yeah,
imagine you
we're-
guys are all
we're
standing within
clumped
about
right
20,
now.
30 feet of each other. It's just more like a if you were...
Oh, that was a wisdom
Yeah,
save.
wisdom save. Yeah, just roll me a 20 plus your wisdom modifier.
I'm just gonna like lean over to Vierna and be like, you should touch your eyes healed.
Not much
healed that
better.
up."
No. When you're looking
It's
at
a great
Zelraxis,
idea.
he's kind of like holding his goggles up. It gives up like a pang of familiarity to you two, but you can't quite put your finger on why those look familiar.
Can I walk over to it? Or I'm gonna walk over to Zelrax and be like, "Can I see those?"
I would
Would it be
imagine that you'd be
anything-
coming over as I was handing them to Vagar. So I'd kind of look over and say, yeah, I think these will help Vagar in the future. And I would actually hand them over to Ilo.
I just try to check them, see if I can figure out what they are.
Would it be something that I would be able to recognize just from being around?
Not necessarily. I mean, you can give me a history check if you'd like, if you're proficient in history or arcana. And that'll be for
Yeah,
both of
let's
you.
do
If
history.
Ilo, you can
Yeah,
give me
I
either
was-
history or arcana check if you'd like. Ilo or Alon, only if you're proficient in one of the two of them.
Shit in history.
Would I be able to roll Arcana as well?
Yeah.
To see if I would recognize what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
you had them in your hands, you used them, so you'd definitely be able to roll an arcana check. Okay, what is that? 16, 17, and 15. Okay, so the Alon, you just barely missed it. It was a 16 needed. But Zelraxis, you and Ilo kind of come to the realization at the exact same time. And Ilo, you recognize a lot of similarities to what you've been drawing on your plans the last couple of days. And then Zelraxis, you recognize these from some of your studies. These are goggles of night.
Magic night vision goggles.
Okay.
And Ilo, you come to that same
So,
realization and recognize the similarities between what you're holding and the plans that you've been making.
So I'd imagine that as I'm handing it over, Ilo kind of takes it, and then we both at the same time just kind of like, oh, those are, what'd you call them?
Goggles of
Goggles.
night.
Goggles of
And
night.
I'll pull it
Oh.
and link it real quick. And I should have done that ahead of time. That's my bad. I should have actually pulled it up. But yeah, you would come
So
to
I
the
just
like
say,
you
yeah,
hand it
those
off,
are-
and then you're starting to think about it. You're like, wait a minute, and that's kind of how you come to the realization.
Yeah, I think those are goggles of night. I think that would actually be really good for Vagar to have in case we go into, another cave or something like that. Because you remember back at the cave at the bandit camp, he couldn't see anything. He had to follow those little dancing lights.
They weren't
Yeah, he
little, they
probably
were the
could
size
use
of
them.
Vierna.
I hear the cave being mentioned and talked about. I'm like, yeah, I remember the cave.
Vierna's doing that thing that you did as a little kid when you looked into like a light bulb and had the black light, where you tried to see it perfectly by just chasing it around your vision field.
All right, and player general is the link for the item.
Do we need to tune to these?
Goggles night. I do not believe goggles of night need to be attuned to. No, that's why Verna was able to see them as just you look
Yeah.
through
Be
them.
blinded.
It's a non-attunable, so it's just whoever looks through them, you get the benefits of them while you're looking through them.
All right, I'm gonna walk over to Vagar and be like, "Listen to me very closely.
Okay.
You can put these goggles on top of your head, but do not slide them over your eyes unless it is dark. If you
Why?
put them on your eyes during the day, you're gonna be like Vierna over there who can't see anything right now."
Oh.
Wait, she's blind?
Not fully, but I have disadvantage on all my perception checks because I burned my retina.
I'm gonna like
She's
wave
over
my
there.
hand
She's
in
over
front
there.
of her face.
She's over there blinking and rubbing her eyes.
Yeah.
How many
This
fingers am I
is-
holding up?
Those sunspots.
Ilo, I
have
wore them,
fingers?
and it wasn't bad.
Okay.
I don't know
just
why.
gonna- I'm
she
just gonna look at you.
overreacted.
I'm just gonna look over at you and go,
I'm gonna
You're
hear.
smarter than that. You're smarter than that, Zelraxis.
I'm gonna hear him say that I overreacted, and I'm just gonna pull out my crossbow and attempt to point it at him, and probably not do well since I can't see.
Roll me a d20.
Like, whoa.
I'm not gonna shoot it. yet.
No, this is just to see where you're aiming it.
I know. Not terrible.
Okay, you're in the vicinity. You're about 1.5 feet off up to the right of the shoulder, but you're in the vicinity at least.
How
Like I
far
said,
am I
your
from her?
vision's not like totally compromised. It's like that very large sunspot that's like in the middle of your vision that you every time you look it follows. So your
Right.
vision's compromised right in the middle.
But, yeah,
How
I
far
just
am
had
I
to-
from her?
I don't know where you guys' tokens at. That's where I'm going off of. I'm always going off
we're
of distance
not,
where your
that's not
tokens at.
that's not the real where we're at.
It is
we-
now.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
We
it
moved
is.
up.
Yes, it
It
is.
is. This is okay. This is
cart
the start
is
of the
where you
path
guys are
now.
currently at.
So wherever you're standing, that's why the bodies got moved off because they're somewhere else. We moved the cart. This is where the cart is.
All right. Well, I'm right beside you then. And when you aim it, I reach over and just take the bolt. Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
Well, it depends. Vera, do you want to try to fight it or you just want to let it happen?
Or if she even realizes it.
Does she see
Yeah,
it?
she might not even see it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd see it.
That's a disadvantage
Yeah.
perception check.
I just say disadvantage perception, just to see if you even remotely have a chance of noticing it.
It'd probably be against let's sleight of hand.
Okay, there's a chance you'd notice it then potentially. Well, hold on, disadvantage. Roll one more.
No, I did. I rolled a 16 and an 8. I have a +7 to perception.
It's only showing one roll.
I know, but
Oh,
That's
it's
just-
yeah, I
that's
see
just
it. It's
how it does.
2d18.
Oh,
Yeah.
2d20s plus 1. Oh,
I
I
do
see
not
it,
like
yeah.
how it does that. Oh god. That's
yeah,
gross.
it doesn't.
me
It
either.
doesn't show you both the
Yeah.
rolls unless you roll it through
Okay.
roll 20. But like
in the future
it-
form though, let's just roll it twice because I do not like how that looks. It's icky.
Okay.
But yeah,
okay,
okay,
that's
gotcha.
fine.
So
But yeah, so 15 was my lower roll.
okay, so in that case, Elon, you can make a sleight of hand check at advantage since she can't see dick.
It's
But
not
she has a
gonna
And
be
also,
regardless.
Mark, if you hover the 15, it'll show you both rolls too. just for future
yeah,
reference.
no, I just don't like
yeah,
it.
I don't like it
It's
either. I
fucking-
just
No.
He actually beat you.
Yeah, you barely take it. You manage to get it. Just kind of plucks it right out.
Yeah. Okay. So she wouldn't notice, right?
Mm-mm.
That's what this roll was.
Yep. So there's
Yeah,
no
so
bolt in the
she's-
crossbow now,
she's
and you have
still-
no idea.
She's still just attempting to point it in Cyrax's direction. Keep talking shit. Keep
look
talking
at-
shit.
I'm like standing behind her and I look at the racks and I go,
I'm just confused. What? Yeah, I don't know why the hell you're overreacting. It's kind of crazy that you're all of a sudden you can't see and shit.
Should
I
shoot
looked
it.
through the things and they were completely fine.
Should shoot it.
I'm gonna be like, don't.
You hear the twink, but you miss the whoosh of the arrow going out. You just hear a tink.
Yeah, I just kind of like try and move my eyes to where my peripheral vision would see what if it's jammed or something.
You can't tell with your.
That was a
peripheral
great
vision.
shot.
It's just like
You got me.
you can see there's nothing in it anymore, but it doesn't look.
Actually, you know what? I would as soon as the
Shut the
trigger
fuck
gets
up,
pulled, I would do a completely dramatic like and just fall on the ground.
Yeah, well, serves you right. Put her
gonna be like-
crossbow up.
I'm gonna snap my fingers a couple times at Vagar and be like, "Pay attention, Vagar. Remember, nighttime you can wear them. Daytime
Okay.
don't wear them." And then I'm
Okay.
gonna put them in their hand. Put them in his hand.
Okay.
I would get
Oh.
back up.
I tossed the bolt to you. So when she's looking down at it, that way you can play with the bolt.
I would
caught it.
put them in my little day pack or whatnot, slung on my side.
Well, you can wear them on your head. They're basically like on if you're wearing glasses like on your ball cap, like you would just slide them down if you needed to use them, or you can keep them in your
okay.
backpack if you want to. It just depends. But regardless of how you choose to wear them, you can add goggles of night to your inventory. They give you dark vision, and if you already have dark vision, it doubles your dark vision.
Unless you look in the sun with them.
I do not have dark vision.
If you're a drow and you use the extra dark vision goggles in the sunlight, then yeah, it's gonna blind you a little bit. Literally, the only person that would have been affected negatively by that is the first one to go, yeah, let me take a look at this son of a bitch.
Listen, I'm all about experimentation.
Like I said, she's not the smartest one in our group.
You've never been more right.
Catching strays.
Yeah, you can go ahead and add those into your inventory on D&D. Do you know how to add stuff in?
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay, perfect. And you can make sure the box is checkmarked for them. And then your equipment is where you want to have it at. It's not really anything that's like it's going to be any like use item for it. It's just basically to mark it off that you have it, so we know you now have dark vision or the ability for it at least.
How big would the bear's head be?
He's humanoid now.
Like, I mean, is it a full?
He's a human now.
Oh, the bear is too.
yeah, everybody.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was just a bear.
No,
Gotcha,
all of them
never
kind
mind.
of shrunk back to their humanoid forms.
Gotcha. Never mind then.
Cool.
All right, well, let's get the show on the road.
Are you
The
okay
gnomes
to
have been kind of
drive
just sitting
your
there
cart?
watching this entire time, going,
Absolutely.
"Man,
But if it worries you, I'll let Sever drive.
That's probably for the best.
All right. I would just hold the reins out.
I
So
think you
since-
got this.
Since Rexus didn't.
All right,
react
well,
to
he
this,
thinks I've
that's
got
alright.
this.
I'm just gonna
Since when?
hand her back her bolt, like tap her
Oh.
on the shoulder.
Just gonna look at Sever and be like, "Really?
It's gonna be fine.
Has
What's the
this
worst
happened
happened?
before?"
You tap me on the shoulder?
Yeah, I'm handing you back the bolt for your crossbow.
Oh, what?
Here,
Just hold my hand out.
I put it in your hand.
What? Where did you get this?
Out of my chest,
Oh, good. Did you get the blood off of it? She'd just, like,
murderer.
wipe it on her cloak. Yeah, well, he deserved it. She'd shove it back into her holder of bolts.
all right, cool. So you guys go ahead and pick up, and everybody boards their carts. We'll say there's probably room for 2 people. Only one of the people, if it's going to be either Aelon or Vagar, because they're rather large, to fit on the cart if you would like to. It won't affect the travel distance at all, but if you would like to take a breather and just kind of hang out for the hell of it, then yeah, you're more than welcome
I'm
to
gonna
hang on
hop-
that cart.
I'm gonna hop on and then, in a stroke of inspiration, start marking down stuff on my papers again.
Okay.
I am going to drive our cart.
I will say, Ilo, if you
faith.
would like to, if you're able to take time for a short rest to take a look at those goggles at any point, I will knock 2 gold off the price of your craft when you finally arrive to Blackrock, as it kind of gives you the last little missing pieces of information you needed to figure out how to work that into your gear.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys kind of set off, and just the rest of the travel day, and we'll pass by relatively, without issue. You guys manage to just kind of trot along the path. I will have 1 dexterity check at disadvantage from Vierna, who is driving the cart on the not great quality road. This will be just the 1 check that'll hold for the entire day that will determine. It's not a super high DC, but this is going to determine if you break your cart at all.
I hope she drives it into a tree.
Okay, it was a DC of 8.
Oh, I forgot to roll it twice.
Oh, yeah, roll
I'm
one time.
sorry.
It
Well,
said it
no,
held
I
twice.
mean, like, I rolled it at disadvantage again. I forgot to
Okay.
do it the way you asked, where I rolled it twice. But
Gotcha.
7 plus 3 was the lower of the 2.
Okay, it passes. It was an 8. Eddie's been doing this long enough. He's pretty good at finding his own path, so you manage to. You hit a couple of loose rocks here and there, and it kind of like skirts a little bit and shakes, and you almost knock Sever off at one point by hitting something a little bit bigger. But the cart's intact, and you guys do manage to make it throughout the rest of your day before getting kind of into the evening time. We'll say it's about like 6, 7 o'clock right now. Sun's kind of starting to set over the trees as you guys are following along the path. Probably about time to start looking for a place to settle down for the evening.
All right.
I'm just gonna talk to Vagar a little bit and be like, Vagar, I know I gave you those goggles, but can I look at them for a little bit when we stop?
Oh, yeah, I don't care. And I'll give him back.
So whenever we finally stop, I'll actually.
But you're sitting in the back of the
investigate
cart, correct?
Yeah.
We'll say
Sitting in the back of the gnome's cart, I think.
Yeah, so we'll say for any of you, this is about another 5 hours of travel you guys have ahead of you. For anybody that wants to spend at least an hour in one of the carts, you will achieve a short rest. So Vierna and Sever will by default get a short rest because they are starting off in the cart. Ilo, you will get one as well. And you can also use that short rest to have taken a look at the goggles enough to kind of figure out how to formulate those into your plans a little bit better. Does anybody else want to rotate out and try to get a short rest during the travel day?
I'll walk.
Yeah, I'm walking.
I'm still gonna walk. I'm still gonna be ahead of the carts, just keeping an eye on stuff.
Okay. How far ahead of
And I'll
you
be
the
at the-
carts?
About the same as I was when we first started the journey. So
Gotcha.
like,
About 20, 30?
20, 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
I'll be
dark outside yet?
trailing.
It
go
is
ahead.
starting
You
to
go
get
ahead.
towards dusk. So this is going to be like what you guys have done during the travel day.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be behind the cart, kind of passively just looking through the woods and behind us to make sure nothing's coming up behind us.
Okay. I'll just get a perception check from Zelraxis and Zephyr then, as the front and the back kind of sentries.
Okay, can you put my hacks back on, bro? This is...
Yeah, honestly, this is getting ridiculous.
I think they're fine.
So
Yeah,
Zelraxis,
shut up, Zephyr.
you're kind of you're trying your best to kind of look around, but you keep getting distracted by looking in front because at the beginning of the trip, once you guys set off, you almost ran into the back of the cart because of Vierna's poor driving. So you're spending a little bit more time trying to make sure you're not hitting the cart than looking behind you, but you don't notice anything at all behind you guys. Zephyr, you taking a look ahead, you're scouting ahead, you're not seeing anything that's in danger. You take the time to notice that there's actually quite a lot of apple trees that kind of line the further interior of the forest. Not like that first outer ledge of them, but you can see that kind of a little bit about 10-15 feet into the forest, they're starting to see a couple of apple trees kind of popping up here and there.
Can I gather some apples as we're going along?
You may.
Awesome.
I'll say that during the course of the day, you managed to probably get about 6 apples.
Okay.
Just
I'm
doing a
gonna-
quick grab of a low-hanging one here and there as you're passing.
Yeah, I'm gonna like give them to the horse as we're journeying.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You get, various motes of satisfaction from the horses, or thanks you for the apples, and in a much cheerier mood than when you first met.
Perfect.
So we'll say it's about 7 o'clock in the evening at this point in time. It's dusk, so sun has now started to crest over the horizon. You're getting that really nice, it's not a very cloudy day, so you're getting that really nice kind of purpley orange haze as the sun's just starting to crest over the horizon, and it's about time to start looking for somewhere to camp for the evening. And Zephyr, with that perception check, will say that you do see a couple of decent gaps in between trees that would be feasible to kind of... It starts to thin out a little bit here and there, so you would find a spot that's reasonable for you guys to kind of pull off the road and go into a small clearing for the evening.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of wait at the road for them to catch up to me at one of the clearings there, and be like, "Hey, if we wanna like hunker down here for a bit, there's some good spots here. There's one over here. There's one there. I'm gonna give the horse an apple."
Yeah, I'm
Perfect.
tired.
Perfect.
I will say there's not enough room for you guys to get the carts back there. The horses and the donkey can come and fit through, but the horses or the carts will have to remain like hitched up against a tree on the side of the road.
Okay.
I can stay with the carts through the night.
Okay.
I don't mind. I can be up like in a tree watching.
Well, the
I
combination
just-
of the bags in the back of the gnome's cart would actually make a reasonable place to sleep. They're barley and wheat bags, so they're not like hard and firm. They're firm enough to be comfortable to lay on. A little lumpy, but
I'm just gonna lock our cart.
okay.
So unless someone breaks it open, they won't be able to take anything off ours. 'Cause it's just the seat that's exposed when it's locked.
I'd be like, I'll deal with it, and I'll just set up an alarm spell around the carts.
Okay. How big a radius is the alarm spell?
It's a 20-foot cube.
Okay. Around both the carts?
It should be able to if they.
Yeah,
park
they're
close
probably
enough.
about 10 feet. So if they're parked ass to ass, they would just barely cover the carts, and then a good probably 7 feet, 5 feet, 10 feet on either side.
Perfect.
Would that trigger if anybody enters or leaves it? Correct.
Yes, and I believe it's people that I don't. Yeah, I can designate creatures who won't set it off.
Okay, gotcha. So we'll just probably operate on the assumption you designate everybody.
Yeah.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, excellent. Yeah.
So we are at a clearing now.
Yeah, you guys have managed to find a small clearing kind of off the side of the road. Just big enough for you guys to set up a reasonable area for camp. Able to kind of hitch the horses up. There's a couple of stumps that are kind of in the middle and a couple of trees that kind of arc and curve a little bit weird through the area. So it's not like a nice, even circular clearing, but there's enough room for you guys to comfortably make camp for the evening.
Okay, I would walk up to the clearing and go, I got this. And I would hold my hands out like this, and I would kind of mumble in Elvish under my breath, or I'm sorry, Undercommon under my breath, and then I would cast Liamon's Tiny Hut, which makes a 10-foot wide by 10-foot wide hut, which Merc so graciously let me change the appearance of. It will just kind of plop down as a all black, dark looking temple, that one that pulls straight out of your imagination of what a Lothian temple would look like. It's got purple flames inside and spider webs on the outside. And she would just I don't know. Ah.
I'm gonna walk directly away from that and sit down on the ground.
Well, I'm going in.
Yeah, I would go straight in.
Yeah. When you get in Death, you can see out it. It is entirely opaque from the outside. You can't see into the temple. Once you are in the temple, you can see everything as if the temple is not there. It's also an ideal temperature and perfectly comfortable in here. If it gets cold tonight, you'll be warm. If it gets hot, you'll be cool. If it rains, you'll be dry.
If it's dry, does it rain?
No, it's just dry.
I'm gonna return the goggles of night to Vagar since I've had enough time to look at him.
Okay. We'll say that as you guys kind of getting ready to start setting up your camp, and you put out the tiny hut that's not really a hut, but as you guys kind of start to get ready for the evening, that is where we will take our break, because we've been going for about 2 hours now. So.
Already?
Yeah, time flies. 12:20.
And we've made it 6 feet down the road.
You guys actually
Not
got
true.
through
We
the
made
whole
it.
rest of the travel. They only took you 2 sessions to get through a day. It's progress.
Thank God. We are
Yeah.
progressing.
Yeah.
This is huge.
So we will be back in about 15 minutes, and we will see you guys soon.
more likely to know. In time, you'll come to see just how much.
Swallow that shit.
Joining us after the break is Vierna is tragically struggling to not spit all over her computer monitor. This is a rarity. We never get to see this live and in action. We only have to hear the
We're
choke
just glad we
laughter
get a
that's
clip
coming
of it.
through.
I mean,
So never just stare and watch. We'll see if she struggles. And I think it's something solid this time. I don't think it's water. I think it's solid. I think it's a sandwich.
Justice, you better duck, bro.
Oh, it's water. Oh, she's gonna do it. Oh, it's gonna blow everywhere. Where are the children? Are they sleeping? Are they safe?
Justice in the splash zone.
You're gonna need to get a
Like a
poncho.
free Riri.
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
first three.
Did she get
first
it?
three
No.
rows get wet.
Hold on. Well, there we go. That's
still
much
in
better.
there.
We'll just blow up the camera just to have her camera on.
Oh,
Damn
my
it!
Get
God.
fucked.
This is bullshit.
That hurt my jaw, dude.
Man, we never get to actually see that in action. This is a rarity. You guys should feel
Well,
lucky.
I was just casually sipping water, and Onyx said they will remember that you're bald.
And then I look over and I just see you struggling with it. Well, welcome back, everybody. Now that we've gotten that minor dysfunction out of the way,
It's so good.
it is. It's so damn good. Pause the Spotify. As we jump back into it, you guys are getting ready to set up your camp. Ilo, you are back, correct? I thought I saw his camera at one point.
No, you jumped the gun.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll sit here and chill for a few minutes. I was just
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
I
here.
thought I saw you coming back at one point, but yeah. So Ilo has gotten an alarm spell set up around your guys'.
That was bald.
So Zephyr, you don't have to
He
sit out
just
there if you don't want
nods.
to, but you can if you choose to, obviously. But you do know the alert spell is in effect. And Vierna has set up Lehman's tiny hut, so you guys have a nice little 10-foot, was it 10-foot radius?
Ain't nobody going near that shit.
So it's
Yes. There's
I mean,
already
in,
3 of
dog.
us in here.
you-
Dog.
I don't know if it's gonna fit all of you guys in there, but it could.
It's
No,
fit
they're
all-
not welcome. They don't want to be in my temple. They can't come in my temple.
Okay, so there is a few of you.
So
the
I didn't
temple
go
is
in.
Setting up, and you
Okay,
guys
well, there's
may
2 of us in here. We're having a great time.
take it from there.
So I'm just gonna look at Ilo and Aelon, Vagar, and be like, "You guys will build a fire."
Oh yeah,
pretty
hold
cool.
on. Let's see.
Oh man,
Got
it's
it
our
like
access
that,
in here.
All right.
Yeah, no, I would see it because the temple is.
Hold
It's
on.
entirely.
Hold on, but let me go gather some wood. So I start,
Yeah.
gather some wood, and I bring it back and just drop it in the middle. Okay.
All right.
Hold on.
Else.
With the temple, can I hear outside of it as well?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
No magical effects. No magical effects can pass through it or into it, though. So if you're wanting to do this, you do have to step out of
Okay.
it.
Yeah, but I can see or hear it.
Yeah, or you're just gonna
happening.
send a
So would
fucking
you-
fireball ping ponging around my hut.
Gotcha.
Would you stack the wood up, I guess, already and stuff?
I TP'd it up for you.
I would look over
Okay.
here and seeing the wood kind of, getting carried over, and I'd say this is going to be good, and I would walk back outside behind Vagar and just watch.
Looking
I
at
would also-
Sever, be like, go ahead.
I'd like to prepare an action as well.
We don't have to really prepare anything 'cause it's not a combat scenario.
Okay.
But yeah, you
Well,
can-
either way, I would be preparing Firebolt for the wood behind, kind of next to Vagar if he
forgot all
tries
of
to actually cast.
So I'm looking at
firebolt.
Sever and be like,
All right. I'm
there's
just.
something I've been wanting to tell you guys. Okay?
Okay.
I kept it between me and Hector at the bar.
Okay.
Don't judge me. I'm working on it. It is something new. And don't tell our friend or Vierna in there, okay? Keep between us.
Okay.
Kind of. Oh, but I kind of look back at Xyrexus. I don't say anything, but I'm like,
I
And
would
I'm-
look to Aelon and just wink.
I'm like digging in my pouch. You promise not to say nothing?
Just sealed.
Look over to Zephyr, like up in the tree. Huh? You?
Yeah. You want me to say something?
No. Shut up.
Oh.
Now, like, I'm digging in the pouch or whatnot. He pulls it out. Okay. Just
you pull out your finger.
don't say nothing. Yeah, it's a finger gun. All right. Just stand back. Couple feet. Sever. Couple feet. I'm practicing.
Okay. Yeah.
And he points at the fire with his finger gun. He's like, real focused. And then just releases it. Tries to send a firebolt at the logs.
So as I see him do that triggering effect, I would cast it immediately. right at the logs.
Oh no.
You're muted, Mert.
brother.
My bad. Just give me a stealth check for it. Very, very low DC. It's just to make sure it's not blatantly
So he's
obvious.
directly behind him.
Stealth.
Yeah, stealth.
Yeah.
Because it's VSM, correct?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Thank
Fine.
God you didn't roll a
Va-
1.
Oh,
Vader
he
has
turned
no
our
idea
hacks
where it
back on.
came from. It was as long as it wasn't a natural 1, you would have been fine. But yeah, Vader, you point your finger gun at it, you shoot, and then fire.
What do you think? Huh? It's pretty good.
Wow.
That's pretty fucking amazing. I've never seen a barbarian spellcaster before.
Better cool it off.
They're like right next to the hut, right? Like I can see all of this.
Yeah, it's the clearing
Stick it
itself
back.
is about like a 20-foot radius, give or take, 20, 25-foot radius. So it's not a large clearing. So yeah, you guys are all within ear and eye shot of each other.
Yeah, I'm just gonna poke my head out of the hut and be like, Vagar,
Huh?
the hut's clear from the inside.
That's cool. I don't care. I like it out here. My fire's warm.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I saw you light that fire. I also, you know,
I would look to Vierna and be like,
Oh,
it was really impressive, buddy. I'm proud of you.
you okay?
I start like one of those little slow clap just till everybody just starts going together.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Behind
that
him as
you
well.
nailed
all
it.
right.
Yeah.
Thanks. I've been practicing. Hog back at the bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you-
did that? Perfectly cooked. Fantastic job.
A little charred, but it was fine.
Ugh,
We got through it.
starting out. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I-
I trust me. I was
Too
the
much
same way.
power.
I'm nervous, so I've been wiping my ass with leaves because I don't want to burn my butt.
What? Wait,
I'm
wait,
scared.
wait.
I just I
What?
don't know anymore. I can't believe this is canon.
I go bathroom
Wait,
and I wrap
wait.
cloth and leaves. I'm
Wait.
so afraid.
Vagar,
of- I don't
what
know
were
how.
you wiping your ass with before?
Listen,
I think we broke
Okay.
things.
listen, okay. Where I come from, we just wipe with whatever we have. And
So you're saying your hand.
no, I have shit rag. And he like gets embarrassed. He's like embarrassed, like doesn't know, like everyone laughing, whatnot. Anyways, these, and I look back at like Xalraxis. These, I don't know how to control. I'm scared, so I don't want to burn somebody.
Just the echoing sound of Onyx dying is just making it worse.
That'll be a clip.
So the gnomes that have been with you guys are just
Oh yeah, they're here.
they're 5 feet away from you. They're just sitting there, both of them. Just they had started to kind of like when you guys made it into camp. You got the hut out there. They're feeling a little bit safer. They're looking impressed. They're starting to kind of pull some of the rations out and starting to kind of eat their stuff. They're both mid-bite, just.
They're like looking up at me or what? Looking up at Vagar?
They're just watching all this, just going.
I'm just gonna look over at him and be like, same.
And
The
anyways,
gnome's gonna kind of hold a finger. The gnome's just gonna kind of scurry off towards the carts.
I don't have to go. No panic. I don't know what to do with my hands. So I've been every time I do this, I'm ready to use my fire. But if I do not do that, then I'm okay. But if I use this, just watch out. Okay, if I ever point like this, I don't control it.
I would gently grab his hand and like try to push his thumb down to like kind of like Like, be careful with that type of thing.
Put a safety on it.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Oh.
safety.
okay. Thanks. Sorry.
Just what he says.
I-
I have
I
a
would say-
shit rag.
I would say, Vagar, you got to be very careful where you point that.
I know, and I've learned, but I don't know
How
how.
often is your finger
You
dirty?
start drinking more often during this.
I'm
I'm stone sober. That's the sad part.
And looking down at my hands, you know, you wouldn't notice anything. They're kind of dirty, grimy, but it's not like any mucus or anything nasty on them. You know,
Oh
it's
my
just
God.
More of the shit.
Why
that we're talking
mucus?
about.
What?
I don't know.
How is that a part of it?
You don't like that word?
Oh man,
Anyways.
mucus is not.
Listen,
it just sounds
listen.
gross.
You can't be picking your nose with that trigger finger there you got, bud.
You're right. I've been using my pinky. Works out well. Anyways, that's what I wanted to show you guys. I've been working on it. I'm pretty proud, but I'm scared.
That was beautiful.
Good for you, Vagar.
The gnome
I'm scared.
comes scurrying back, holding like a small bag full of. Kind of walks up to you, Ilo. Does this kind of thing happen like often?
Anything happens with him.
He's gonna open up the bag. He's gonna give you two relatively large bottles of liquid.
Well,
You guys need this more than we do. He's gonna kind of set them down next to you as he's gonna kind of go and. he's
I'm
pull
not
his
even gonna
flask
wait.
out.
I'm just gonna pop
Popping
the
the
cork out and just drink straight from the bottle.
Okay. It is a honey mead. It is
I love
Yummy.
phenomenal quality.
Ugh.
Nice.
It's very, very sweet. You don't get any of like the bitterness or the aftertaste you would normally, like a hoppiness you would normally expect to get from like a drinkable like liquor like that. You just get the very, very sweet honeyness and the kind of like the slight warm feeling that kind of goes down your chest as you take a drink of it. Very, very good.
Just gonna look at
Roll
him and go,
perception.
this is actually good. I'm surprised.
Megger, you rolled an nat 20 on the perception, so and whatever the fuck you want to perceive, you perceive it.
So I'm looking around and I see this little gnome scurry. Hey, what do you got there? And I clearly see the bottles.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna kind of like blushes in the face immediately. Just a sample of our wares for. He starts nervously bringing his hands together again. It's just a sample of as a thanks for saving us.
What is
Hey,
it?
whoa,
Why
whoa,
do you-
Vagar,
is
Vagar,
it-
Vagar.
What is it?
You need to be careful when you're pointing at them like that.
No, I didn't point. I didn't. No, I just.
Yeah, you pointed. You said, "What do you got there?"
No, I did my nose. Said, what do you got there? But
Yeah, it's just some of
so-
our mead. Just it's a
what is
thank
it? A
you.
lotion? You're rubbing your hands. You.
No, this is just it's a hand thing. But no, that's some nice, very nice mead.
Ah, okay. What are you sharing, huh?
Yeah, it's your guys's. I just thought you needed it, so I'm just gonna go. It's gonna kind of go. We're just gonna pitter patter a little. And just walk back over to his wife, just kind of sitting there still, just. And he's gonna pull out the flask, and he's just gonna like pour a little bit into her mouth as she's just sitting there. Just... Oh, thank you, dear. We're just gonna sit back down and attempt to mind their own business.
Looking at Ilo, huh? You sharing, huh?
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear it and kind of look away, tip the bottle back up.
For size reference, they're two like just think like a liter, like a liter kind of size jug.
I look over to Zalraxis when he says that. I guess he's not sharing, but hey, you see that? You see that short fuck and his wife over there?
He would kind of look over. Yeah, what about him?
They're sitting right there.
Yeah, still
I
fucking
know.
with.
I know. I don't trust him.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Why don't you trust him?
Cause why do you give it to him and not us, huh? We're good. We like mead. What's wrong with you, huh? I
What
don't
if it's
trust
not me,
them.
but it's you? What if they? Oh, Vagar. What if they don't like you because you're so big? You know how they're like.
That is sizist. Ugh.
You were
I
literally
like
just being
awkwardly-
sizist.
He called them little fucks.
Ugh. Well, I see. Okay, well, between me and you,
I
Let's
think they
watch
had it
them.
up to here at me too.
All right. Well,
So at this point, I'm standing right beside Vagar, so I'm just like,
yeah. Well, we don't
just
know.
between you and him.
Yeah, you know, they could slit our throats and whatever. So just okay.
You
Does
just
anybody have
hear-
any
watch mine.
food?
We're not going to slit your throats, we promise.
Better not.
He just, the grin just immediately falls from his face. He just.
Okay, Vienna would. All right, thank you so much for your insight, Vagar. We really appreciate that. Would you two like to take the hut, and we will all stay out of the hut? It's not as scary as it seems, and you'll be able to see us so that you know if we're coming or anything.
I'm gonna lock you in it, and I
You
stare.
I
can't
wanted to
lock
sleep.
them in it.
Does it
Oh.
have doors on it, or is it just wide open? I can't
curtains,
remember
I
if they have doors. I think it
It's
does.
literally just like you
It's-
just walk right through.
Yeah,
it.
you could just walk through it. I mean, like, I
Oh.
feel like human nature would be to go to where there is a door in the temple, but you could theoretically walk right through one.
Yeah,
of the
I just
walls.
wasn't sure if like it actually had doors like mechanically or not on it. So
No.
Vierna, I wanted to sleep in there.
Okay, well, that was before you insulted the people who are giving us free alcohol with
I
Vagar.
didn't insult anybody.
You didn't tell him to stop. You did
Am I
agree.
his keeper?
Yes. Yes.
No, he's not.
When you started,
No,
when you started
we are
following
just
him around and
friends.
saying that's my best friend and getting him to give you stuff because
While
of your
they're doing
friendship,
that
you
and they're
became
arguing back and
responsible for
forth,
him.
I walk
Isn't that
over
what
to
you
the
were doing
gnomes
with
like,
Sever?
come on, let's go inside. And I kind of
And
help them
if
gather their
Sever
stuff.
was
They'll go with you.
being sizist against the very nice little people, I would have called him on it too.
No, you wouldn't. And I would look down at her like all short.
Why are...
Is it dark
That's
outside
my
yet,
best
Mark?
friend right there.
yeah, the sun's set at this point.
Can I see things now? Or do I still have the giant
You're-
sunspot?
No sunspot. The sunspot, it's more of like a pin. Sorry, I'm trying to play with the light because this is still pissing me off. The sunspots have gone. It's like a small pinprick now. You're still getting like the swimmers, like the kind of little cataracts. So you can. We'll say that for this point, your disadvantage on things has subsided for the day. But you still kind of have some like the little irritated kind of like swimmers going around. But you can see.
Vagar, are you wearing the goggles like up here, like on your forehead, or are
You
they?
gave
in
them
your
to
eyes,
Ilo.
or-
No, he
Oh, she
gave
gave
him
'em
back.
back.
Ilo gave 'em
but
back.
Yeah, he gave them
Oh.
back.
They were just in my bag or whatnot.
Okay, so at this point, I would say, oh, it's dark. Try on the glasses.
Oh, okay. And I dig in my bag. I see like it's day.
So the shadows of the evening that have kind of settled over the forest. So the way it kind of works with the dark vision, you can't necessarily see like it's day, but you can see in darkness as if it's dimly lit. So you can make out details and things and shapes and stuff like that. You can physically see. You don't get a whole lot of detail on the things deep in the forest, but where previously, before you put the goggles on, it's just like blackness and you can see an odd couple shapes here and there. You can see with relatively good detail, comparatively speaking. It's just in like dimly lit, essentially. Not like shades of gray, but like if there was just... You could basically see in darkness as if it was around sunset time or there's a full moon out, like we're that kind of level of
Okay.
light. But with the moon taken into consideration as well, you can see pretty clearly at this point.
Yeah, they work great. They're pretty good.
Did
Yeah,
the
that'll
gnomes
help
go into the hut, or do they choose to stay
Yeah,
out?
they go in. Aelon kind of comes over and ushers them in, so they go in with Aelon.
Well, does anyone have any food?
I have a couple apples.
You guys all have ration packs.
I'm about to say, you got rations, don't you?
Yeah, but if we had other food, I was gonna save
Oh.
the rations.
You can forage.
Yeah, I was about to say with those, I was like, I'm gonna test out my new goggles and I'm gonna go hunt.
Zephyr, are you a good hunter?
Well, yeah.
Ah, come on! I like reach up to try to like grab her and like put her on my shoulders or something.
Okay.
Yeah, come on! Just
Okay.
set her on my shoulder, like sitting. We're walking through the woods.
All right,
Okay,
let me pull up my thing for. There's a thing in the stuff for foraging. Where the fuck is it? Where's my D&D guide? I should have prepared for that part of it. I'll figure it out. While we're doing that, give me a survival check. You guys can both roll survival, or Zephyr can do it at advantage.
Let Zephyr do it at advantage. She's been rolling hot. Plus, I think she
That
has a
one
plus 8.
incoming?
I think she has a plus 8.
Ruined that one, really.
Mm-hmm.
I have a +3, but yeah, roll for it.
Yeah, either you guys can both roll.
Do you
or
want me
one
to
of you
roll with
rolls at
advantage?
Yeah, it's up
Yeah,
to the
roll
two
with
of you guys.
advantage.
She has a plus 8 to survival. Literally, worst case is a 9.
Or that.
Or 27.
Yeah, so the DC is 15, so yeah. You managed to find, there's tables for it and more that I have to find because I don't know why I didn't have that bookmarked already, but you actually managed to find pretty ample resources. So as you're kind of walking along here, Zephyr, you're able to kind of pick some fruits that you're finding. You find a couple of apple trees, you're finding a couple other like wild berries that are kind of growing around shoulder level that you're able to pick up and grab. So you probably get about a good half a pound worth of just like fruits in general, like small berries, and then probably another 2 pounds worth of apples. And while you guys are going along as well, you do actually see kind of off in the distance about, we'll say about 10, 15 feet out deeper into the forest, you see a trio of rabbits kind of start to slowly like bound through the forest.
Like, oh,
Okay.
Vagar, we've got rabbits.
I know, I see them. And does, not knowing in character, but does Zephyr have dark vision? Like, can she?
A little bit, yeah. It's not as
Okay.
much as a like regular drow, but
Do you guys have probably the same level of vision then? Because yours is what, just normal 60-foot dark vision?
it is.
It should be. So you guys would have the same level of sight if that's the case. You're just kind of more
Okay.
experienced. Zephyr is more experienced at like seeing these kind of things and hunting in the darkness.
Okay, assuming that Zephyr can see it no matter what Vagar says. Oh, you see that, Zephyr? Look, okay, I know you can't see, okay? I got these goggles. I could see. I'll guide your arrow to where the rabbit is, okay?
I
Yeah.
can see.
What? Oh. Well, fuck me then. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Where is it?
Okay. The tree with the branches broke off to the right. You see that one? Right there?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now count 2 bushes to the right. And you see his little eyes? It's glowing. Right there.
They've kind of stopped and are like
She's-
nibbling on some berries that are next to that bush that you just
So
pointed
she's
out.
gonna like infatuate that she's like counting the bushes and like. Oh yeah, no, I see
Yep.
it. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Put an arrow right through its fucking head right there. That one. Do it. Right here. Do I need to hold you up? And I like try to awkwardly like position her higher.
Just imagine you're holding like a
Just
cannon.
hold still, as still as you can.
You have a bow, right?
I do, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got you. It's like a cheerleader pose, like.
Holy! She's gonna look down, just like super high up in the air. She's gonna ready an arrow and just kind of balance herself on his shoulders.
Okay, so 2 different ways we can do this. There's 3 rabbits total. You can try to shoot at them one at a time, or you can try to shoot all 3 at once by using 3 arrows, but their AC will go up, as we'll treat it as a group or a swarm.
Yeah, let's shoot them all at the same time.
There's only
Why
one
not?
answer here. Hell
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead and roll me an attack.
Just a straight. All right.
Yeah, just roll me a straight attack. Yeah, 'cause I have their AC written or in my head now.
Am I at any advantage being on his shoulders or anything?
No, but you're not at disadvantage either for being held awkwardly. We'll say that you managed to like kind of brace yourself against a tree, like you kind of stick your foot up and like brace yourself against a tree. You're kind of like cock sideways shooting it. We'll say it's a straight roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So you guys see it. How far? Oh, fuck. I don't think anybody else will be able to see you guys, unfortunately. No, it'd just be the two of you guys. So, Zephyr, you kind of like hold you up like a cheerleader. You manage to kind of kick back and like brace.
I
one
might
of
be
your
able to see
legs.
it.
Okay,
I have
well, if you
100.
guys-
I have 120 foot of dark vision.
Yeah. Okay, I would say you see. Yeah. If anybody else has more than 60 feet, I would say you would also say. I think it's just going to be Vierna.
It's just me.
They probably made a decent chunk of noise, so it'd be reasonable to see be looking that way. But yeah, so Zephyr, you kind of managed to like stick your leg out and brace yourself against one of the heavier tree branches. They're right about your level, and you kind of lean all the way backwards like Hawkeye style, and you kind of line up all three of these arrows, and you just shoot them, and then 1, 2, 3, you just pin all three of these rabbits to that tree stump they're not by, just right through the head, just and they're all just sitting there, just.
As that happens, they're gonna be like that.
That's right. Yeah, good job. I like dismount her and catch her and try to high five her. Just a big 5 fist coming at her face.
Just gonna.
Don't touch
Just-
that hand.
Yeah.
Don't touch the hand. That took me a second. That's the poo-poo hand. Oh,
She's not
man.
even gonna think about that. She's just gonna give him a high five.
This is
Yeah,
horrible
there's-
canon.
you-
How fucking old are we?
use
Are
a
we like in
rag.
kindergarten or something here? Like,
Absolutely.
Adults never grow up. They just get more
Alex.
responsibilities.
Onyx, I will accept no sass from you when you spent 8 minutes crying, laughing from your kitchen.
that's not true. I stayed at my desk.
You just
Oh,
No, he was
He's
just on the
under
floor.
the
He was on the
desk.
floor.
I was on the floor. I was under my desk.
And look at Zephyr. That's right. That's a good shot. And as we,
Thank you.
kind of go over there and stroll. Do I see anything larger than rabbits?
Unfortunately not, no. But they are 3 very large, meaty rabbits. Each one of them, I would say, is about the size of like a pug. It's like a small. They're larger than normal, but
Big old rabbits.
they're very, very, very fat rabbits.
While they're doing that,
Chungus.
I would like to kind of look around, not like super far into the forest, maybe going 5-10 feet into the forest, see if there's like mushrooms or other wild growths that could be like used as vegetables.
Okay. Yeah, give me a perception check. Or not perception, sorry, survival.
Okay.
Yeah. You find a pretty good patch of mushrooms growing around. You also find kind of what looks like to be a couple of strawberry bushes, as well as a
Strong on it.
celery plant. I don't know what the fuck a celery plant is. You find celery plants.
Perfect.
Yeah, pretty good
They're a
arm. You
root
managed to come
vegetable.
back with a pretty solid armful of assorted berries and mushrooms and
Perfect.
some celery.
Onyx had
Perfect.
to turn it off.
What did you guys do to him?
We don't know.
Just good immersion.
Immersion.
All right, we'll say that
All right.
the other two of you managed to pick up the rabbits, and you just bring them back. You just got a nice brace of rabbits as you return back with the rabbits and all the other apples and various assorted berries you found as well.
I saw that shot, Zephy. That was insane. It was a good shot.
Oh, you saw that?
Zephyr,
Yeah.
you're carrying the rabbits, by the way, so they look bigger.
Okay. All 3 of them just hanging off.
Oh, these are gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, they look
I
good.
I got some vegetables. We could use the celery and the
You'll try to kill
mushrooms
us
and
with a death
whatnot.
cap.
That's a fair point. Let me give them a good look. See, can I check and see if any of them look like one I would know
The
as poisonous?
survival check would have carried through. It was good enough that you know that they're edible mushrooms.
Okay, yeah. No,
It's a
I'm
good survival check.
positive, Elon. These are edible. Safely edible.
They look good to me.
We could make rabbit stew.
That sounds good.
I've got a
Does that
cooking
sound
pot
good,
in the
Viper?
cart.
Did you bring the
Yeah.
rabbits back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zephyr just walked in with all 3 of them.
I would ask if I could clean them to prepare them.
Let me see your
Assuming that
hands.
we're gonna cook them.
Let me see your hands. What do you think, Zephyr?
Vigor, are you
don't see no
the
shit
leading
on your
expert
hands.
on clean hands?
I am. I like to keep hygiene top notch. What do you think, Zephyr?
Got
What do you
it.
think?
I I think they're hands.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's gonna be cooked either way, so it'll, you know, it'll be
Right, but
It's
we
all
gotta
right
get
if
all
I
the
help?
fur and all that stuff off. Sure.
Okay. I
Okay,
don't have
I'm
to
gonna-
leave while you're doing that, right?
I am going to.
Why would you?
Just making sure.
I'm gonna go to the cart, get the pot that we normally use for like potion mixing. I assume it's been cleaned.
Yeah,
Bring
you would
that.
keep it very thoroughly clean because you're aware of the consequences of mismixing potions, as you've had a few disastrous attempts earlier in your beginnings.
We don't talk about those. Bring it back and then empty my what are they called? The what skins? Wine skins
Yeah,
or
water
whatever
skin.
they're called. Water skin. Empty my water skin in it and start getting the vegetables softening.
I'd say it's reasonable to assume you probably would have had a couple of containers full of water in your cart as well. It probably is one of your diluting agents as part of your whole shebang.
Okay.
So we'll say
Yeah,
you probably
so
have
then
enough
I'd grab
water
one of
back
those.
there to make a good stew.
Perfect. Yeah, I just make myself a little spot in front of the fire. Zalraxis, are you gonna need the bones?
Why me?
You're cleaning the rabbits, right?
Yeah, do you need the bones?
Well, if you don't need them for something, I was going to use them to make a bone broth so that the stew is more nutritious and delicious. But if you need them for, whatever you do, I was going to let you have them.
What
I
do
need to
you do?
leave?
No, the only things I need are the skulls.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, if I could have the rest of the bones when you're done, that'd be great.
Sure.
What does she mean by that? What do you do?
What do you mean, what do I do?
Well, I'm a cleric, he's a paladin, and you're, fill in the blank.
A skull
He
collector.
would kind of ponder for a moment. A wizard.
Oh. When'd you learn?
About 10, 15 years ago.
Not bad. You have my boy Vagar over there as well on his way to becoming a world-class wizard. You two could team up.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
could,
right.
yeah, I think, one of the more important things is
I
being
could
able to
teach you a
control
thing
it,
or
so-
two,
Yeah,
friend.
please. Please.
Ren.
he would try to not laugh in the presence of Vagar.
You know what? Our fire is starting to go out. I think you should light it back up. Show him your power.
Yeah, go ahead, Vagar.
No, I'll just grab more wood. No, I don't need it. Nah, kind of blushing. I'll go get more wood. Goes off and grabs more wood.
You're
You're
muted.
muted, Merc.
Thank you. I try to mute myself periodically just because I have noise suppression off for doing this, so thank you for
Oh, we can't even hear anything on your end, just
Oh,
so you know.
okay, cool. That works. Yeah, so about the time the two gnomes actually start walking out, and they're carrying an armful of potatoes, actually. And they come out to you, Vierna. If you guys are making stew, we'd like to offer these as well.
Those would be fantastic. Thank you so much. She'd pull out
Would
her
they pass
little
me
knife
when they
and
walk
start
out?
chopping them
You
up,
would, yeah.
peeling them.
And I look at Vienna. No potatoes in my stew, please.
You can
Vagar.
eat around them.
That's right.
And she just keeps skinning
Go off
them
in
and
the
chopping
woods.
them up.
And there is
I love
this
that Vagar is the most
They're helping
racist
you.
one in our group.
And then the male gnome.
Sizes, okay.
If you don't mind, I understand.
Absolutely, you
And
guys
this-
are welcome to have some of the stew.
Well, I was.
No,
I
wait,
was
isn't he a
actually gonna
chef?
Say, yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, he's gonna pull out a fucking spice pouch.
Let's go.
He's. I understand if you can be a little mistrusting, and he kind of looks at Vagar.
Don't worry about him. Don't worry
But
about him. Put it
I'd
in
love
there.
I'd love to make the stew. I'm very good at making stews, and I'm
Absolutely,
I'm
you
pretty
take
good at it
over.
as well. And says, "Okay, cool." And he pulls out a fucking wooden spoon that he had tucked into his belt line, and he's gonna
Tucked
start.
away.
Yeah, he pulls out the spoon and he starts kind of
So-
some spices into the water, and he kind of
He's
starts
getting
like, stirring
immersed.
them,
He's
stirring
going
them
full
around.
into it.
As he pulls out that spoon before he starts mixing and stuff, I want to cast prestidigitation on it.
Prestidigitation. You'll get it one of these
Yes,
fucking days.
that.
I swear to God.
Yeah, that ability. I want to cast it to clean the spoon.
That ability.
Okay. You cast
Just
and you
because it's been hanging. And,
yeah.
You know.
That's
who
fair.
knows
Yeah,
what's on
you
it.
feel like you see a couple like particles like kind of off. Like it's kind of more off of the handle though, not off of the actual wooden spoon part of it. And it doesn't seem to take note. But yeah, just a couple of like dust particles or like from the hands, kind of dirt. But yeah, that's smart. That would have been poison. That would have actually been a really smart call.
By this time, I'm coming back with some more wood, putting it on the fire.
And you
Kinda
see him
stoking it.
cooking the pot.
Yeah, he's sitting there. He found a couple pieces of log to like stand on top of, so he can see over the top of the cauldron. But he's just.
I look at V and she's like standing back, letting him do it. What?
I'm
the fuck?
Listen, Vagar, I'm keeping an exceptionally close eye on him. Okay,
Nope.
as a drow, I
Nope.
see better from a distance.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
just kinda like-
Okay. 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 I will
Vagar.
cook you. I will cook you some rabbits separately. Will that work?
He's gonna turn
I
around.
personally. Okay.
And he's probably
well, then
about
starve.
so with the logs he's standing, his eyes are probably about navel length. He's gonna turn around and look at you, and he's gonna smack you on the nose with the spoon.
Ah, what the fuck?
Backhand him right into a tree.
I pull out my battle axe.
And he's gonna
Like-
voice is gonna break halfway through saying it. He's like, listen.
I'm holding my battle
I
axe.
just want to say I'm sorry.
I step between them.
One of
God
them.
almighty.
Very long
I'm
day.
listening.
Okay. We're not gonna hurt you. We're just trying to get to Blackrock to sell our mead.
Hey, hold on, Vagar.
And he's just like huffing his little chest.
What? What?
Sweat
Mr.
starting to
Gnome?
kind of drip off of his. Yes.
Remember, Vagar risked his life for your cart, for you and
Yes.
your wife. Is it?
Yes, my wife. But
So-
we've done
so, yeah, so-
nothing wrong.
Correct.
we
So maybe
wanna
we
make it
say
known.
thank you. Maybe we say thank you to Vagar, and try to bury the hatchet.
He's gonna look at this axe that is bigger than his entire body.
I've stepped between y'all at that point.
Okay.
I
He's gonna
would
try
like.
to like peek around.
I try to refuse him
sorry?
stepping in between us. Can I like stop him or like not?
If you
resist,
guys
but,
want to
like,
push against that, it's the contested strength check.
yeah.
I would
Yeah,
like to
let's do
cast
that.
calm emotions.
Ooh.
Okay. Is it how many people can you target with it?
Also,
Also, I rolled a fucking 69 and no one made a comment about that. Just saying.
Nice.
Just
I
some-
didn't- yeah.
nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it's a 20-foot radius sphere.
okay.
Yes. So radius is only half.
Okay,
so
got it, Raiders. I wasn't sure if it was
so,
targeted or not.
so 40-foot circle. Every humanoid in it has to roll a charisma 15 save.
15. Okay. Anybody that wants to fight against that may
Yes.
roll. If you
You-
want to let it go just for the RP of it, you do not have to roll. But if you would like to try to fight against the calm emotions, you can. Also, I'm just gonna turn this
Okay.
light off because my camera
What
can't focus for
do I
shit
just
today.
hit the charisma die?
Charisma
It's
saving
the
throw.
save.
Charisma
The save.
saving.
Yeah, the save.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna roll it, but I'm not really trying to like fight it necessarily.
I got it right click.
Okay, you fail. Or no, you pass. You pass. You
Everybody
all
pass.
pass. Okay.
Ooh,
Well-
So
that one didn't pass, and that one was the male gnome.
Okay.
The female
Oh, so
gnome
he has
did
to calm
pass.
down.
Yes. So
Okay. When did everyone turn their hacks back on? We've been rolling nothing but nat ones the whole session
Hold on.
until I dropped
Hold
the
on, I
second level
got you.
spell.
Hold on, what is it? A charisma?
Justice
Yeah,
is gonna
charisma. please build me a nat one. I'm gonna blow this up just in case it is, so everybody can see. Oh, not
There.
bad. That's bad.
I
You
failed.
didn't,
You failed.
didn't make it, yeah, but not a nat one. That's progress. So yeah,
All right.
all the rest of you guys kind of like feel like this slight kind of dust of like calmness overcome you for a moment, and then just as quickly you kind of shake it off, and you're back to however you were feeling before that. For the male gnome, who was very frightened and trying to look up, just kind of looks like kind of at peace now.
Vagar.
Let's
I think they've just had a very stressful day. And then they had a very large and impressive and hulking intimidating creature as yourself insult them.
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Look around. It's all right. Look at Alon
Are you
like in front of
casting
me. It's
command,
okay.
Elon?
Huh?
Are you casting that?
No, I was trying to read it to see if,
Okay.
if I'm gonna need
I just
to.
figured I'd
but-
double check, but yeah, continue.
Look at Alon. It's okay. I'll kind of push him out of the way. Calm down. It's all right. Relax. I will eat. And I pat my pouch. It's okay. Enjoy your stew. I will fuck off.
And the gnome's kind of looking up at you and just listen. I am sorry. Thank you for saving us. You notice he's not doing the hand thing anymore. Thank you for saving us. It's been a very long, stressful day. Me and my wife thought we were about to lose everything when those beasts attacked us, and you did. You came and saved us. It's very shell shocked, and now we're in this group of very large people that are thinking we're suspicious. It's a little stressful. And like I feel okay now, but it's just we just want to make you a nice dinner, and I gave your friend over there some of our fine delicious mead. It's for the whole group. I just gave it to her because she was the closest, but it's for all of you to sample and try. And honestly, if you'd like to, when we
I
have
walk
our
over
table,
to.
go ahead.
I walk over to Ilo and I take the second one because I saw there was two.
Yeah,
so I
two
yanked
ones.
the second one.
And I would interrupt, or not interrupt, but wait for him to finish and say, yeah, Vagar, while you were going to get more firewood, they brought potatoes and spices to make our stew better. And offer it for free.
So you trust them, friend?
I trust them. They have given me no reason not to trust them.
We're just simple brewers trying to make our way in the world. And if you'd like, when we have the festival set up, you're more than welcome to come visit us at the booth. We won't even charge you for a couple of drinks and just taste some of our other ones we don't have brewed up. And actually, it's funny we talk about that. I have actually a very exciting investment opportunity for you.
Oh my god.
I
We've
put
also
this
been trying to
bottle-
get in touch
I
with you
put
about
this
your
bottle
cart's
in
extended
Vagar's
warranty.
chest.
Oh, thanks. Is this for me? And I look back at the little chef. Is this for me?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Thanks.
It's meat.
Appreciate
it's
that.
home brewed.
Now quit being a
we
dick.
made it a
Take it.
couple weeks ago.
And I take it from Alon. Thanks. Appreciate that. Kind of push him out of the way. And I try to do a stealth check and lean down by the chef's ear.
Okay, you're gonna stealthily lean down, or what are you trying
Oh
to
my
do
God.
stealthily?
No,
Are you trying to
I'm going
hide
to whisper something.
Okay.
I'm trying to whisper something to him.
The whole
stealthily.
reason that we're never gonna have a good reputation is because Vagar either murders or threatens everyone we come in contact with.
Hey, it's dynamic.
I'm
So-
still trying to figure
Not
out why.
necessarily a
badly-
bad thing.
How badly do I want to cast thaumaturgy on him right now? Just cast that whisper.
I don't know why. I just rolled stealth and it did it twice.
I don't know. I did it to
I'll take
Ilo
the-
a couple of
yeah, I'll
times
take the
too.
first one, since that's the one that popped up. Fuck, actually, I don't know. Yeah, that probably would have been the one that popped up. I'll let you roll. Just roll me what's the modifier on it? +2. Roll me just a d20, and then I'll add the modifier, and we'll just take whatever the d20 is going to be. Or if it's not as good as 11, we'll take the 11. Because I don't really know which one would have technically rolled first. Since they both come at the same time. Okay, we'll take the 11 then. So any of you that have a passive perception higher than 11, which I think might actually be all of you,
All of you.
that are
Mine's 17.
that are within earshot would just automatically. If you're slightly out of earshot, I'd make you roll for it. But if you're within 10 feet, then we'll go off of your passive perceptions.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Definitely am.
Okay. Does
I can
anybody
hear it.
not have a passive perception that's higher than 11 or 11 or higher?
Who?
I think everybody
Yeah,
does.
I don't know. Check your sheets. I think everybody has at least 12.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
do.
Okay, so
17.
I won't even pull you down for this then, Vagar. Whisper whatever you like to the gnome.
Okay, I push Alon out of the way, you know, trying to think I'm all sleek and whisper, and I lean down to him. Listen, I understand these people might like you. You hit me again, I'll cut your fucking throat. I just look at him in the eyes, pat him on the head.
Dude, Vagar has turned into Galgark.
He's
Pat him on the
actually
head.
well, he's under calm emotions. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna enjoy this and eat my food.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fuck your stew.
Just take a sip of it. I mean, if I was gonna poison
And I'll-
anything, it'd be the mead.
At this point, I'm
You're
yanking
right.
the mead back.
You're right. And I toss the mead. I toss it. When he
was
says that,
just
I toss it before he tries to get it.
He's gonna try to grab it out of the air. I'll make him roll.
Okay.
A d20 for it because you like flip
like-
it up.
Yeah, just like, oh, yeah, you're right here. And I toss it back to towards Alon.
Yeah, he doesn't catch it.
Well, he's throwing it to me.
Okay. Here,
And,
or
what am
you
I
can
rolling?
I'll take a. Well, you don't have to roll anything. He was just trying to intercept it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
so I
You're
get
right.
it. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll take a drink of it. It's fine. It's delicious. I love
Nah.
my own mead, but
It's
just the
alright.
previous
I got.
poison. I was
I
just
keep some
joking.
on me. It's okay. And I go back. I kind of like walk back to the edge of the campfire by a tree and just kind of like sit down and start getting my food ready.
And his
I'm gonna
wife, who
stop
also heard you
helping,
openly threaten him, is just.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop
everyone
helping
heard that,
Zaraxis.
but I'm thinking it's like a whisper.
Yeah, you were quiet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also,
the-
no, he's not like Galgark. Galgark would have punched him in the face.
Yeah, Galgark would have killed.
No,
at
no,
least
he's
3 children.
turning into Galgar. We're getting there.
Yeah, we call that character progression.
Character regression, actually.
He was so
Tune in
nice.
next week where the campaign ends abruptly.
Oh no, it wouldn't end
Um,
because I know to have the NPCs stop attacking you at some point.
yeah,
Oh,
Vierna would turn to Zalraxis and kind of like tap him on the chest, one of those, like this kind, and say, you need to talk some sense into your friend.
and Vagar, you went to go sit like away
Yeah,
from
can
the
we
group
move our
at a tree,
tokens
right?
like just for? I know it's
Yeah.
the same road, but like
Yeah.
I'm a like this. Let's say like this over here is the campfire.
Yeah, I'll
I know what
you meant.
I'll add it to my
Like,
list to just
right
make like
here.
a generic camp map for just like these evening kind of things. But yeah, just for right now, we'll just say, here I can actually make probably like a fucking box.
Then my hut
Yeah, I
is,
was gonna
is
make a little
right
circle.
here.
Yeah, make a little
So I
circle
would
like where you guys
imagine-
want to have camp set up, and it can just be wherever. We'll just take this as like a blank map essentially.
Wait, can I not?
Actually,
wait.
fuck it. Here, we'll just use this, and I'll drag you guys all onto the old cavern map. This will actually work a lot better.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well,
Perfect. Okay. Well, then I'm
How do-
right
how-
here.
how do I remove that?
Yeah,
You click back to your cursor thing on the left side of the screen, then click
Okay.
on it and click backspace.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
yeah, we'll say this is the campfire. That actually works perfectly because it's the
Yeah,
campsite
that
map.
works.
So
Okay, so
we'll say that your hut is like over here somewhere, Riley.
all right, so I guess I was next to Vierna, and Vagar probably would have been right there. So
So kill this guy.
Okay.
I can delete Jeremy's body after he's dead.
R.I.P.
okay, so you said what,
Facts.
Vierna?
There's my hut. I just tap you on the chest and say, you need to talk some sense into your friend. And then I go sit down, ready to eat this delicious rabbit stew that the nice chef people have made for us.
Jokes and all
Oh,
of
did
us
I?
when we all die
So
in the morning.
I
except
finished
Vagar.
cleaning the rabbits and everything, right?
Could
It's
you
the bird
imagine?
admins.
Okay, I would take, while all this is kind of simultaneously happening, I would have taken the skulls and kind of burned the fur and everything off of it from the fire, and then I would have put the 3 skulls in my bag.
Okay.
I would have been watching you intently.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to hide it.
So you
No,
don't
I
They
have.
all
haven't
got
done- you would,
Yeah,
if
so
you ever
one
looked at me, I
clean
would just be
hole
like,
right between the eyeball.
Yep.
Actually, through the side. They're all kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that's fine
yeah.
too.
We'll say one
Don't
of them.
worry,
was
So,
there,
yeah,
there,
um,
there is a hole where the eyeball would be too. So I mean,
also true.
I
But yeah,
guess 3 holes.
You can add
4
3
if you include the mouth.
small
7
skulls
with the
into your,
nostrils.
inventory or write it down as a notation somewhere.
I would have stopped helping him prepare that stuff when Vagar was doing his thing, and I would have followed Vagar and make sure he's okay.
Wait, what is the item called?
Oh, it's not an item you would add in there. Like this is one of those
Oh,
things.
okay.
Like just saying to add it to your inventory just for like tracking purposes. I don't.
Gotcha.
I think you can add custom items in. For
I
right
have
now,
a
I would just probably
notepad, I'll
I
just-
just write it down for now. Yeah, I'll try to remember to write it down too. I'm assuming those are for your spell thingy.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
my
it,
gilded
think it
skull that I'm
calls
gonna
for
have
a
to-
human skull technically. I don't know. But regardless, we'll say that at least 2 of those skulls would be sufficient enough for the spell. For
sorry, I can't
replacing
hear
one.
you. You're blurry.
Yeah,
When someone
I'll-
casts something like that, Merc, then like you pass the check, do they know who casts it?
On some things, yes. If
In
it's like
this
a
situation?
targeted, I don't believe so. No, Vierna, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe this one is like a targeted. Like, I mean, she probably made it obvious that she was casting it, But like with things like charm person and stuff like that, when the spell effect ends, you know that you were like deceived and cast upon by the person that did it because it's like a targeted thing. This is kind of an AoE thing, but it's also got the components to where she would have had to like stealthily do it, but you would have noticed that she cast a spell.
Okay.
Mark, I looked into it. It's a gilded skull worth at least 300 GP. So basically, like putting gems and stuff.
Okay,
in
we'll
there.
say that any skull will do that in that case, as long as there's 300 gold worth of gems like embedded in it, whatever. So yeah, for that purpose, yeah, the skulls would all work for that efficiently on their own.
Yeah, so I just read it back. It doesn't say anything specifically about you knowing, but I definitely wasn't being quiet about it. Like, you heard me cast something.
but
I
also you
cast
passed
all
the
of my
check.
spells in Undercommon.
So you wouldn't have known what like happened. You just know that she cast something.
Yeah.
So after I get the skulls in my bag, I would grab 2 bowls of the stew, and I would carry them over to Vagar.
Well, you just finished
I would
doing the
sit down
rabbits,
next
right?
to him. Yeah.
Still wouldn't be done yet then.
Oh, well,
You could add the
yeah, I was
rabbits
just
in.
saying that.
We'd say it'd be like, but they'll be ready in about 15 minutes, give or take. So in a few minutes, you'll be able to grab some stew.
Okay.
But yeah, now it's just starting to get into the throes of the cooking.
During that 15 minutes, I'm just going to set up, like, my bedroll near the fire and, you know, start taking off some of my bigger pieces of armor so that I'm able to comfortably sleep. Just leave my, like, whatever undersuit you wear under the armor and my cape on. And just, you know, warm my tootsies near the fire.
I guess I kind of do
You're
the same
muted,
thing.
Ilo.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat whenever the food's ready and go to bed. I'm not doing anything special.
Okay. Anybody
I'm
else
gonna
want?
do the same thing and just kind of be looking at my arm.
Still those 2 kind of white silvery dots. You kind of notice as you kind of turning, you're inspecting it a little bit. It starts to kind of catch some of the rays of the moonlight. It almost like kind of glistens in a way, not like a wet way, but kind of almost like a translucent skin kind of way. It just kind of shimmers a little bit as to kind of catch the moonlight and kind of look at it for a moment before it kind of disappears just as quickly. And not quite sure if it was your eyes playing tricks on you or not, but it looked a little weird.
Do you want me to take a look at those, Elon? I meant like a closer look, like I do know a little bit about medicine.
I've
And-
seen your medicine.
Well, they're a closed wound, so I don't have to heal you of anything. I was just gonna give them a look, make sure that they're all right.
I mean, it feels fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I would like to inspect them.
Okay, you can either give me an Arcana check or a Medicine check. Your choice.
Oh, I rolled nature by accident. Don't mind me.
Yep, not the same.
So close.
God, I don't think I've rolled well a
Might as
single
well stick
time all
with your-
night.
might as well
Dog,
stick
you have
with
a
your
plus
nature
fucking
roll.
7. You rolled a 2.
I do know what I
Yeah.
rolled. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
If I would have had a chance to roll Arcana, I might have been able to do so.
I haven't rolled above a 13 all night.
Well, she's a cleric.
Like,
is why.
naturally.
So sure,
Yeah.
her magics are a healing magic, so that Arcana would make a little more sense there.
Well, I just have proficiency in medicine. I have +7 to it.
Yeah. But yeah, you're taking a look at his arm, and I mean, it just you're not even really sure if you like what that is. You don't really know what you're looking at. You just see the
Not even
dots on it.
positive it's an arm at this point.
Well, I mean, you know it's an arm, but like you see kind of the white dots, but you don't really think anything of it. You're kind of not wondering what he's so worked up about.
I mean, it looks fine to me. It's just, you know, just a scar. Everybody gets scars sometimes.
That's what I
Scars don't look
said.
like that.
What did you say, Summer?
I said scars don't look like that. I mean, I'm not a medicine man, but
If it's been a while, can I take another look at it after she's done?
Yeah.
Don't tell
Absolutely.
Vagar.
Is it another medicine check?
Yeah, another medicine check.
Is it medicine or arcana or?
Not for him.
Not
Not for her,
medicine.
no. Yeah, it was just for Vienna because she's a cleric, and that's where her like arcane power lies, is in healing.
God, we're really
Yeah.
just.
No, it's almost looking. Now you're quite not sure if you see him because the way that it's catching the light, it's almost kind of like your eyes are playing tricks on you. You're not really even sure those like were scars at that point.
It's like snakeskin.
yeah.
Yeah, same.
Well,
you guys.
it's medicine, not Arcana.
Ah, yeah, you'd roll
No, he's-
medicine. Well, I mean, it's only Arcana for you as the option because that's where your power lies is in healing.
Oh, okay.
Because
I got
cleric,
you.
yeah.
I got you.
Anybody else would be medicine check.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry about it. They look great. I could check them again in the morning, but they're probably all right.
If it gets worse, call me in the morning.
Your erection lasts for longer than 4 hours.
Yeah.
If you start,
Yeah,
if you start
yeah.
getting a fever or start, like violently seizing, let me know.
Yeah, if you start having heart palpitations,
That's probably
I
just an
assume it's
anxiety
fine.
attack.
It's just like a discoloration. It's all right.
All right. Well then, Aaron is just gonna wait for rabbit stew.
yeah, about 5 minutes left until the rabbit stew is done. If anybody else wants to have an interaction before dinner is served.
Did Zephyr walk over to Vagar?
Yeah, I'm with Vagar. Just being quiet, just there with him.
Okay. Well, as the time, last couple minutes roll by, as everyone's kind of just sitting there, just weighing on kind of the thoughts of the rest of the day and the events. The stew does get served out. They managed to produce a couple of bowls. Each one of you probably has your own bowl that I'm assuming you would probably take with you. It's kind of just included in
In the ration
your
pack.
stuff in the ration packs. Yeah. So you guys will all slowly come up and get your stew, and get a big ladle of it, put it in your bowl. It's hearty stew. It's a very big bowl. It's enough for everyone to have a very full portion of it, and there's probably a good chunk left over for maybe 2 or 3 of you to have a little bit more. But yeah, it's managed to get your bowls and return to your various eating spots. And so as the gnomes kind of retreat to the side of the little hut that's set up there and kind of leaned up against and just enjoying their peaceful time kind of together after the long day that they've had. And for the rest of you, as you eat the stew, it's very good quality. It's probably a little bit even better than what you would find probably in most inns, especially in this part of the world. It's very hearty. The potatoes are very well cooked. They're not too firm. They're just squishy enough to not dissolve into the rest of the stew, but they're very, very easy on the mouth and just kind of dissolve away as you start to eat it. The meat is cooked perfectly. It is kind of falls apart in your mouth as well as you start to eat it. It's not overcooked at all, and the seasoning that they put in there to the stew as well just kind of brings out a nice like salty flavor out of it as well as you start to get kind of those carrots and or not the carrots, excuse me, but the celery and the rest of the little bits and bobs of the stew as you eat it. And it's very good home cooked food. It's after a very long day of travel that you've had, the encounter that you've had. It's each is your own kind of individually, and having your thoughts on kind of what you guys are facing up next. The potential of where this is going to take you on some of your personal missions, not knowing whether or not you'll be able to return to those anytime soon, kind of understanding that the path you're on is a little more important. The stew kind of like recenters you, like kind of gives you like a feeling of like satisfaction over the last couple of days that you had, and just kind of brings it all together as you kind of just sitting there, just enjoying your peaceful time eating.
Well, this is the best thing we've eaten since we got to Jorora.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I look at Vagar. I'm like, pretty good.
He's looking down at his stuff. Doesn't notice anything. He's quite a bit of ways.
Oh, I was muted. I would grab the 2 bowls, and once they're finished, and I would take one over to Vagar and sit down next to him.
BRB real quick.
And yeah, when I end up sitting down, I would offer one of the bowls to Vagar. Say, hey, you should really try this. It's really
No,
good.
it's okay. I got my rations here.
What are in the rations? I don't know if we've ever discussed that. What is it? Just
It's like dehydrated stuff, like dehydrated vegetables,
Thinking like-
dehydrated food, like meats, like
Would it be like an
crackers, things
MRE?
like that, yeah, kind of like an MRE, but like obviously you can add some like moisture to it if you like, but it's for the most part it's gonna be like small packs of containers with a couple of things of dehydrated vegetables, dehydrated food, dehydrated meats, as well as like some bread rations
dried
as well.
jerky and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like
he'd
not
have, some-
quality food, but it sustains you well enough during your adventuring. It tastes pretty fine, but it's nothing like high quality.
You'd see like some dried jerky and maybe a whole loaf of bread or something. I'm okay. I appreciate it though.
Would you say that I would know that you have a very strong inkling for hog? Like, would that be like one of Vagar's favorite foods based on what I've seen so far?
I don't know. I mean, just any kind of food in general. He devours
Meat.
or anything like that. Yeah. it's
I
just
would
anything.
quietly cast prestidigitation on
So
on the
close.
stew, and I would make it smell like the best hog, like the hog that he cooked back at the tavern.
Okay. And,
So when you smell it, Vagar, it would be like that aroma of like just fresh hog that you
Delicious.
just cooked.
in your mind,
Fresh
Vagar,
hog.
when you get this fresh with the hog, the first thing that pops into your mind is the image of Daisy holding out this leg of meat to you.
Why are we going there?
It just kind of
Oh,
brings
so
back.
we're
it
we're
kind of
just
brings
really
back that
trying to get
memory.
Vagar to murder these fucking gnomes, huh?
But it's a happy memory. It's not the memory of it being stolen. It's the memory of.
I was say that's the memory I got yanked. He didn't get to eat it.
The look on
So
her face.
what-
The
So
look.
what are you doing? Like, you just putting the bowl up?
I'm
to
just
my
holding
face
the
or what?
bowl out, and I'm saying, believe it or not, we found a hog and we put it in there.
What is I can't remember the name of it. Can I do an insight check on him?
Yeah. Inside check contested against deception. I was waiting. I was wondering when you guys were gonna start doing that part of it.
Fuck, I'm gonna roll in that one. Called it.
So right there, where there we go.
Yeah, just click insight. As long as it beats his, it's basically just a contested roll. Yeah.
You're not gonna beat Vagar.
It smells like hog, but like you're in the area. You've been watching. There's been no hogs. You know he's full of shit.
Would I tell that he's lying?
Friends
Yeah,
lie.
so you know that he's lying about the
you'd
hog.
be able
It
to
does
tell.
smell like
How
hog.
many times
you're not really
you
sure-
lie to Vagar?
So you still get that kind of like that emotion, that kind of like happy joy that kind of rises
No.
up in you.
Yeah,
But
I
at the
told
same
you,
time, you're like, there's no
Galgard.
fucking hog.
Right. So as he's pushing the bowl up, I kind of put it away and like stare in his eyes. You're lying. Listen. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm with this group. I don't know why I'm sitting by you. Those two over there, and they point to Sever and Vienna. They healed my leg. That is all this group has done for me. They've done nothing but belittle me, take mutton out of my face, embarrass me in front of someone that I like. Who are you? What are you to me? And I look at Zalraxis like with an intimidating look, like pissed off.
I thought we were friends. I'm just offering you some
You
stew.
lied right to my face. I seen no mutton or no ham was put in there.
Okay.
Why lie
Listen,
to me? No friends, no lie.
Hold on. I wanted you to have your strength for tomorrow. We got another long day of travel, and I thought perhaps if one of your favorite foods, or at least it smelled like your favorite foods, you would eat it so that you would be full and well rested for the travels tomorrow. We don't know what to expect in Blackrock.
That is true, but that didn't answer my question. Why are you here? Why am I here? Why are any of us here? Why are we going to Blackrock? Huh? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm kind of
that's-
just traveling right now. The governor from what was it?
Dorora.
The governor from Dorora gave us a letter and said we needed to go to Blackrock, and we're still searching for.
The
some
governor we
things.
told. Oh well, I didn't hear that part, did I? The way you guys said to fuck
No,
off because I
Yeah,
walked
you-
out.
yeah,
But you
yeah.
guys, remember, you guys
Yeah,
also
okay.
do know that when you guys were going through the process of interrogating, you guys discovered that there was more to this bandit thing. You guys all did discuss that on the way back. Not all of you know about the eye part of it, but all of you know that you guys found out more information about this mysterious character Ladon that was giving orders for these bandits to come and attack these settlements. And was the primary initiative reason to go into Blackrock. So you do all know that. You don't know much other than that there was some dude named Ladon that lives in Blackrock telling bandits to go attack a small town. But it's that combined with the letter, essentially. So you guys do know that much of it, at least.
Okay. Yeah, look at him. Still doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense why they would treat me like that. You would lie to my face. I've done nothing but help, kill people on behalf of protecting you and those people. But yet I'm out here getting treated like shit. I don't trust someone, and then the whole group thinks I'm paranoid that like some birds are watching me or something, you know? Look at that birdie.
Son of a bitch.
What a fucking meta slum
it's-
meta.
It's blurring.
Yeah, this is some blurring.
It's the best blurring ever, but it's blurring.
It's literally what we do.
Yeah, that's what we're known for.
But yeah, so it doesn't make sense. We go here after these bandits that we murdered. Other than that, I don't know why I'm here. I'm looking for my friend. What are you here for?
Well, I guess I'm on my own personal journey. The city that I was born into was destroyed a number of years ago, and I guess I'm trying to find out what happened. And I live, I don't know the exact spot. I lived close to, or Eldrath was close to.
Eldrath
Blackrock,
is
wasn't it?
it's on the opposite slight coast. It's probably about a 2.5, 3 day journey, directly. 4 days if you travel by road. It's just on the other side of a dense forest. But it's like it's the capital city of this region. Like it's like the big city. So anybody that's been in the region is familiar with Eldrath.
Oh, okay.
It's Blackrock is like it's a smaller city, but it's more like where the military prowess comes from. It's where all they get trained. They all get trained, and they all like go to almost like a boot camp kind of thing. But the guards that pass through like the school go straight to Eldrath for the most part. It's like the main city.
So yeah,
So Vagar, you would know of it.
Yeah.
I hear about Ladon and these bandits that have been destroying these towns, and I have to wonder if that's what happened in my town when I was younger. So that is my purpose of going to Blackrock. There are things that I need to discover, and kind of see, where that goes.
Okay. You have a purpose. You have a why. When you wake up, you know what you're doing. It may not be set in stone or going off the trail here, but you have a reason. Vagar does not. Kind of just looks back down at his food, jerky, breaking it off. Whatnot.
So tell me a little bit about this friend that you're looking for.
It is not important. As you can tell that Vagar's kind of getting irritated with you, like frustrated. It's not important. It doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
Obviously not. You lied to my face.
You're right. You're right. I should not have lied to you.
It's okay. Go join the others. Enjoy your stew. I will be fine.
Well, I believe that you're fine, but I'm just gonna sit right here and keep you company. And if you need anything, I'm here to listen.
Vagar would just go back to his meal, like chewing his jerky, whatnot, eating, just kind of sitting in silence.
Selraxis would set the bowl of stew next to him, like so that he could see it, like right, probably I would say like next to his knee, kind of so that it's like in his view, but not like pushing it. And he would just start eating his stew.
I'd just be sitting there.
Yeah, I don't even know you're there. Like, are you
I
out in the
didn't
open?
even see you. So as soon as you say anything, I'm just gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
Are you out in the open, Zephy, or like?
I'm literally on the other side of you.
Oh, I guess I haven't even noticed.
You're being
you.
flanked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very small. I mean,
And-
she's
and I'm
small and
guessing-
frail compared to you. So I mean, it's
Right,
your
I'm
attention's been
guessing-
diverted. So
I'm
Right,
guessing
right.
Vagar's so big that I wouldn't even be able to see her on the other side.
I'm actually gonna have my bow in my hands, and I'm gonna have an arrow at the ready on the other side of Vagar, just like kind of looking out and watching the distance.
Was there was all of the rabbit cooked into the stew?
it was like the skin portions of it and the bones that were probably left behind, other than the skulls. But yeah, all the good meat was carved off and put into the stew.
Did he use the bones?
No, you said you were using them
No.
for bone broth, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
assumed
hadn't
they were
got to
going
that point
for.
when he took over, so I didn't know if he used them.
No,
to make
he
a
did
bone
not use
broth
them. No,
or-
the bones are unused.
Okay, I would like to make a bone broth, just a quick, easy one.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would say you managed to get the bone broth cooked up beforehand to replace some of the water, and then managed to like pull the bone broth out beforehand.
Okay, well
Because
then,
he probably he deboned them first, essentially, and then would have like started to work the meat off the rest of the skin. We'll just say that.
okay. Well then, I would like to bring a water skin or bowl full of bone broth over towards Vagar. Just walk up. Vagar,
Oh, what?
I cooked this
What?
myself. No one else touched it. It's just bone broth. It's something to fill your stomach if you'd like to eat something other than that.
Looks up.
No,
And
No
one thing I
filthy
will
gnome
mention
potatoes.
real quick, Vagar, because I did forget about this. You do have a point of exhaustion. So I missed on the ability checks, but you would be feeling like, from an RP standpoint, you'd be feeling extra, like, really exhausted and just, like, kind of beat down and tired. I don't know if that changed anything. I felt like I mentioned that because I forgot about the fucking exhaustion, but that is in there. So you are pretty pooped.
Yeah, I remember that. I appreciate that, V. I do. But I kind of looks around, and then as he's looking around, notices Zephyr sitting there. What the? What is this? A pity party? I'm grown. I'm man. What is?
you are man. Listen. Vagar, I like you.
What?
And you seem pissed. And I've seen what you do
I'm
when you
fine.
get pissed.
No, you
So-
see nothing.
Oh, okay, perfect. That's really comforting.
That sounds horrifying.
It is okay. I promise.
Do you want to watch a show I've been working on with me?
God.
What?
A show?
Yeah, have you ever gone to a play before?
I have not. What is
Okay.
a play?
A play is like a bunch of people. They stand up on a stage, and then they like act out a story in front of other people who get to watch it.
Oh,
Okay? So I thought to myself the last time I went to a play, I said that would be so cool if I could like fall asleep to something like this, or just lay in bed and watch it because I don't really sleep.
So, a play. Do people watching? Do they laugh?
Sometimes if they're funny, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes they're
So-
sad. Sometimes they're
Oh.
scary. Sometimes they're like love stories.
Oh, so it's like Vagar's life, and I am the play, and you all laugh, huh?
Have I
Um,
laughed at you?
Yeah, Vagar, I've never laughed at you.
Oh, okay, sure, but lied, right? Right. Anyways, play, huh?
How
Are
many
you
lie? You took.
Vagar.
So what is play? What do you do? What?
Well, I just figured it'd be cool if I could make my own place. So I've been. Do you remember the light I gave you in the cave?
Uh-huh. I
I've been
do.
trying to figure out how to make them be shaped like little people that would act out my own personal play.
Looks down, like looks over at Zephyr. What do you think? Play?
Vagar, nobody ever needs to help you, Vagar. So, but you help a lot of other people. And they're just trying to return the favor.
Okay, I see he's on the pity party too. He didn't answer my question. She didn't answer my question.
Vagar,
Sure.
I think.
V.
I think you would enjoy the play.
It's, sure, V. You healed my
I
leg
don't
once
want to
with the
answer the
cream.
question for you, Vagar.
You healed my lunch with cream, my leg with cream once. I'll hear you out. I'll watch the play.
Perfect. I would like to cast Dancing Lights.
So it'll be D20 at advantage because of the scenario.
Yes.
DC is currently at 13. And like we talked about, every time you successfully hit it, the DC drops
It's just
by
a
1.
flat roll, right?
D20
I
plus
would-
your intelligence modifier.
Plus
I would look
intelligence.
to
Or
V.
That
no,
is
wisdom.
0.
Wisdom. Yours is
Okay,
wisdom.
wisdom
sorry.
is +4. Praise Jesus.
I would look to Vierna, and in Elvish, I would kind of give her the glare and be like,
I actually don't
fuck
speak
this up."
Elvish. I don't speak
Perfect.
Elvish.
So you
I
would just hear me
Wait,
speaking.
no.
I
might-
would hear
might.
you.
No, I do. I do speak
I was
Elvish.
gonna
I
say,
do.
wait a
So I
minute.
would understand you.
Perfect.
I thought I only
So,
spoke undercommon for a second.
I would look like
I see
dead
that.
in your eyes and be like, "Don't fuck this up."
So
In
with-
Elvish back, I'd say, well, just add some more pressure to me. Why don't you?
while I imagine she'll probably have to roll for a performance check. Can I also roll for like if I'm amused? I don't know what the roll.
That would just be. I mean, that's just. I'll just leave that up to you.
God
honestly.
damn it!
We'll base that off of
Well, you're so
whether
cooked.
or not. Fucking Christ, Vierna. You have
I
a
don't think I need to
plus
roll.
4 to wisdom, and you have an advantage, and you rolled a fucking 6 and a 4.
Dog,
What was-
I need you to turn my hacks back on. I don't know what you did,
What?
but this is why I don't trust internet dice. Okay, this is how cast
Hey,
dice.
Mark.
Yeah.
You might want to check Twitch.
Oh God, I'm looking. Holy
happened?
shit! Hey, Critical Dice, thank you so much for the raid of 46 people. Holy moly! Thank you guys so
Oh
much
my
for the raid.
goodness.
I
Welcome,
hope you guys had a great stream. I was looking at it a little bit earlier. I appreciate you dropping by, everybody. You came in at quite a weird time. Cause we had some
Our barbarian's about to kill all of us.
and the
Not true, not
cleric
true,
with
but
the
thank you guys
cool
for the raid.
performance. You know, I'll give you one chance to save this. Okay, this is gonna be just a straight roll. It's gonna be performance. The DC is gonna be a little high. It's gonna be a DC 15. If you
I
can
have
pull
a
off,
+0 to performance.
if you can pull off the performance check, I'll let it go. But if you don't, then it's
We are
gonna
so
look
cooked.
not ideal. It's gonna look
Oh!
yeah.
performance
I
check.
love to see another day.
Coming in clutch.
17. You did it. That was a high DC with a +0, and you pulled it off. That is a fantastic roll. So we are not all going to see you get TPK'd by your own barbarian.
So let's.
Jesus Christ. So yeah. And as far as the the how you enjoyed that, I'll leave that up to you. It's not necessarily a roll. You can
Okay,
do like when I want to do something that's like I don't know if my character would do it. You can do what I do and roll a D100. It's a percentile die. And you can set your own threshold. Most people will just do it as a straight
Okay, and then
percentile,
kinda do
like
it
low,
internally.
high, and maybe low is you disagree with it, high you agree with it. It's up to you, but that's kind of what a lot of people do when they're faced with what would my character do to kind of decision. You can roll it publicly, you can roll it to yourself, you can have your own thresholds for it, but I do find that to be
Alright.
helpful. Again, thank you guys, everybody, so much for who coming in and hanging out with us and watching the last little bit of the shit show unfold here. So before I go ahead and describe what happens, Vierna, do you want to explain what you're attempting to do, full scene, and then I'll go through what happens.
Yes, I have just explained to Vagar what a play is, and throughout the course of the campaign, I have been attempting to shape my dancing lights into my own personal little telenovela. The DC has been getting slightly lower as we go along, while I have been getting progressively worse at rolling.
I should make the DC start going back up.
Probably should. I'll never be able to do it again if we do that, though. So finally, on third time's the charm, I have succeeded barely. I'm going to sit down, crisscross applesauce, and then kind of crack my neck a little bit, loosen my shoulders, and then I'll hold my hands out like this, and out of them you'll see these little sparks of light come out that will shape into people. They're not incredibly detailed, but they're little people, and this time specifically it will be one very small woman and two very large men. Stop making that face at me, Merc. Just give me a second. Let me cook.
I've seen this video before.
This is a category on some search engine for something.
Two very
Continue
large
with
men,
your
and
heartwarming
one of them is trying to steal mutton from the other one, and the one that has the long, beautiful braids decks the other one in the face and sends him flying across the room. And then he turns around and he picks up the little dwarven woman, and they spin and they kiss, and then they float off screen.
Okay. So this is what actually happens.
Oh no.
You did manage to save it. Let's
Yeah,
get a little hairy
that
there
was
in the middle.
that's what I was going for.
Yeah. So
The mutton
Vagar,
gets stolen.
as you're sitting there, you see Virna kind of raises out her hands. You see these little kind of like balls and poofs of like energy and light come drifting out of her hand as they kind of sail up into the air around you. As you're kind of looking out, and everybody in the campsite would have noticed this. It's a very bright light that would pop out of nowhere, so you would probably all be able to turn, including the 2 gnomes that have accompanied you since the halfway point in our day, who were kind of previously just started to kind of drift off to sleep, but have now kind of perked up and are kind of looking over at you, seeing what's going on. The lights, they grow to about softball size. We'll say they kind of float towards the middle of the camp, where everybody can see them. They start to spin around, and you start to see them condense into 2 larger humanoid figures, decently detailed for the light. You get the one large one, and it looks like they might be clad in some kind of armor, and another large one with a nice full beard and some nice long braided hair. Just the rough outlines and shapes of them. And you see a smaller woman, also relatively burly built for a female form, but still very nice shape to her face and the rest of her body. Very nice long hair. As you see these 2 shapes start to kind of like get up and nest to each other, and they're starting to kind of dance around. The whole scene's kind of just shifting around you guys as it's going. And the larger individual clad in the male kind of grabs this mutton out of the young lady's arms and yanks it back. And as the scene kind of starts to shift, the light almost starts to lose itself. It starts to kind of like conglobulate into like a gelatinous matter. And then as it like kind of starts to like shake, you almost think that this whole scene's gonna fall apart. They all just kind of collapse together as she manages to kind of regain control of the spell and into one large globule, and then the whole large globule of light it transforms into just the image of Vagar, relatively detailed in comparison and stoic as you see a large kind of like fist kind of draw back, and he's going to kind of swoop down, and as he swoops down you see a portion of the light kind of spit out and into the figure of Aelon, who's now slightly smaller, as Vagar delivers a swift uppercut as it hits the shape, and the light kind of just explodes outwards in like a shower of sparks, as another part of Vagar kind of splits off as this light, and it kind of like settles back as Vagar's form kind of grows smaller from this, and the smallest ball of light like transforms back into this slightly more detailed image of this small dwarven woman, as they then wrap each other in their arms and they spin off up into the light, as you guys just see these 2 forms kind of spin until they finally crash into one and just poof upwards in a shower of sparks.
I still got that mutton though.
While she is doing this, could I sneak over to where she's gonna be, like where she prepared her bed at?
Vierna's bed?
Yes.
Yep. I'm not even making you roll for it. That was an impressive display of lights. No one's paying attention to what you're doing.
All right, I am just
I'm
gonna...
over there.
Actually, you know what? No, roll it anyways, just to make sure you don't fuck it up. And Sever, are you watching this, or are you paying attention to like other stuff? I'll leave that up to anybody else if they're not actively paying attention.
Sever's thoroughly
Sounds like
sick
he
of
don't
my
give
lights.
a fuck.
You have, to be fair, you have seen this before, and it usually doesn't play out very well. Okay, 19 stealth check.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter anyway.
You can roll for it if you like. If you hit a perception, you notice it. Even if you notice it, it's up to you on whether or not you act on it. You just go
When
ahead
the
and give me
light shot up,
perception.
was it like a firework? That like
Not like a
exploded and
firework, kind of like
a sparkler.
They're not that
sparkler,
big.
a sparkler,
Yeah, like a sparkler.
exactly.
Oh,
Kind of
okay.
just fizzes out. So that's, I mean, you pass the check. You would barely notice, Ilo, but you would notice.
I'm not gonna do anything just yet.
Okay.
I'm just... You're not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna bend down and I'm gonna pick up a rock, and I'm gonna hold it up like I'm looking at it, and then I'm gonna use magical tinkering on him, and I'm gonna make it smell like dog poop, and I'm just gonna set it back down on the ground and then walk away like I didn't find what I was looking for.
Next to Vierna's bedroll.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Is it like old or fresh or what?
It's like it's fresh.
Yeah.
It's
I am out here catching strays no matter what. I have just put on the best telenovela that has been seen in this entire continent
technically
ever.
it's the only
And
one,
my
but-
my reward is to smell dog shit all night. Just because I exist near you?
Totally makes up for the totally lackadaisical performance you gave at the start of the campaign. But wow,
It
yeah,
was
that's.
it was a bad performance.
Where are you at, Sever, in relation to the bed?
Right where my token is.
And you'll have to remind me. Is that just make the object smell so anybody in the vicinity can smell it?
Yeah, it's got like a couple feet range, so I'm not like dropping it like directly on his side. I'm just kind of, it's off to the side a little bit away from her bed.
Okay,
Kind of, wait, she's kind of on the edge of it.
gotcha. So I'd say that probably after like a few minutes, you might get like a small whiff of it. Not, it would be like just like a change in the breeze for a second or two. You just got a small whiff of it, but it's been probably about 2 or 3 minutes since you saw Ilo sneak around. You just get a quick whiff, and then it's just as quickly it's gone.
He just thinks he's
He crop dusted you.
Someone starts looking around like, oh shit, did I do that?
Stu crept up on me awful fast, bro.
Just right through.
Intestines aren't what they used to be.
It's like 2-day Taco Bell, just man,
Yeah.
just straight through the pipes.
That's right. All right, I want to hear it. How did Vagar take it?
Oh, okay. So, who was that Vagar punched?
Alon.
Oh, okay. That's nice. I see what you did there with the lights and the dancing.
You'd see him, his expression gone from like a more, he was irritated, whatnot. Now he's looking more relaxed and kind of just chilling out.
I don't hate Alon for taking my mutton. I remembered it, and I will remember it going forward, but I appreciate the play, V. It means a lot for you to come over here, you, Zelraxis, to lie to my face and bring the stew, and you to have your bow ready. I appreciate it, guys. I just, I'm hanging out. I'm all right.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back over there by the fire. If you change your mind, again, no filthy, dirty gnomes or their potatoes touched the broth. I made that before they even came out of the hut. Okay? So if you would like something more nutritious, it is there. If you're in the mood for another play, I'll be up most of the night.
Okay, I remember that. I know you don't.
That's
whatever
right.
you do. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's exactly like that, actually. I'm
kind of tired. I'm not feeling so well, and you can see the kind of physical exhaustion on it, whatnot.
Yeah, you're looking.
I'm gonna just sleep here at the tree, and hopefully these two mini-me's will give me some space so I can get some rest.
Okay.
And
Right,
Vagar,
well,
you
I'm
kind
gonna
of see
go.
the two gnomes as they're kind of getting up and sort of walk into the hut. They kind of give you like a very timid wave goodnight as the female gnome kind of starts to kind of wipes a tear from her eye. They kind of scurry back into the hut and out of vision.
Yeah, I would just go back over to the fire, to my now stinky bedroll.
Do any of the rest of you guys want to do anything before the evening, or? Oh.
Yes. Can you just check our chat quick? I tagged you in it. I just want to make sure I'm understanding that correctly before I do it.
In that instance, I would say yeah, I'll allow it, given the circumstance and the story.
Okay. So Vagar, you're still sitting next to me, correct?
Yeah, he's kind of like finished eating, finished up, kind of leaned back against a tree, kicking
Okay,
back.
so I would pull out that cloak of Elvenkind that Vagar gave Zelraxis, I think in session 1.
Yeah.
2.
And I would kind of hold it in the palm of his hand and just kind of offer it back to him. And I would just say, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what this is and how it works. And I think that it would be better for you to have it. And so I would hand it to him. And he probably wouldn't feel anything.
Before
Go ahead.
I take it or whatnot, I look at you, and you see he looks at the cloak and just like a sense of I don't know, almost goes into a straight face from where he was relaxed to oh man, there it is again. The tear rolls down Vagar's eye. What is it?
I believe it's called the Cloak of Elvenkind. I've seen this used many times before. You know, it has a lot of purposes. It can kind of camouflage you in a way where you're trying to be a little more quiet or sneak around, which, given your size, might be you know, a little hard to sneak around. And he would also go on to say that you know, it would also help if he's feeling, you know, in a sticky situation, like basically saying like disadvantaged. So it'd be like, you know, this might help you, you know, be protected. And he would again, go ahead.
I appreciate it.
Now
Kind
go
of like
away.
takes the cloak. And then, you know, you don't notice anything from him besides just the tear that rolled down his eyes and taking the cloak. Appreciate it. Kind of folds it up.
And with that cloak, I did realize that you need to attune it to yourself. And if you would want to use it, that is something that I would be able to help you with.
Yeah, you would have a pretty good understanding of the ritual for it. It's more so like mentally aligning yourself with like the aura of the cloak is more than like kind of how it works. Like you're just, I mean, you use the attunement correctly, that phrase, but yeah, you're just kind of like mentally aligning yourself with like the purpose and the aura of the magic that's within it, with that purpose of it. So you'd be able to explain that it kind of takes time, which an hour technically.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it is. The word you just said, a tomb. I'm not dead, but sure, I'll keep that in mind.
That lady
don't know
made
what,
me make an egg count.
No, not a tomb. It's something where with a magical cloak like this, you need to, how do I explain it? You need to be able to align, you know, like your mental
Spiritually
being
connect.
spiritually connect
That's actually
with this cloak. And that's something that with my magical abilities, I would be able to help you achieve.
He's a liar.
At this time,
up.
as he's saying like spiritually aligned, I kind of like glance over and see V like just kind of prepping herself, you know, for a little ritual. Oh, one of those things. Okay.
What the
All right.
fuck,
Takes the cloth. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I don't know what I need to hide from, you know, maybe my past, but we're all there, right? Yeah, I'm good.
Fucking felt.
Thank-
Relatable.
And then kind of just takes the cloak. Thanks, appreciate that, lying friend. And then kind of like tucks it in his little pouch.
So, Zoxus, you'll take it out of your inventory.
Yeah.
Bigger, you can add it to your inventory. Cloak of Elvenkind.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else have anything else they wanted to do before the evening concludes?
I'd like to smell for shit.
You'll smell it eventually.
Go ahead and roll
for
Perfect.
damage.
Roll for it.
You can roll me a perception check to see how quickly you
That's
notice
just
it.
it.
Like, you'll notice it regardless. Let's see how quickly you notice it.
You're getting that 20 on this
Yeah,
one.
right.
18.
Yeah, that-
She notices it quick.
So you make it to your bedroll. You know, you kind of start doing your like evening stretches where you're kind of like getting your limbs loose and just kind of getting ready to kind of sit in that position for an extended period of time. And as you're mid stretch,
Waft.
you just kind of start looking around like to see where everybody's at, because you start to get that kind of that waft of just you get the poo stank. And just you're trying to figure out where it's coming from. You start checking your feet. You didn't step in anything. You're trying to look where the horses are, and just you get that poo stank just about a minute or two into the you're
That
setting up.
poo stank.
Sever, can you clean this up?
Clean what up? What are you talking about?
Somebody. Shit.
What do you? Hold on. What do you mean somebody shit? I'm kidding.
Whew, I almost ended up in a sticky situation
This
there.
is the late night shenanigans.
Oh, man.
What the fuck are we talking about? Why?
Dimwits after dark. That's what it is.
Yeah, we're cooked.
Anyways, yeah. Poo stank.
Somebody or something.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, it didn't stink before I left.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The
so,
only one who's admit to having shit hands is way over there.
Alright, so
Somebody shit. Okay, so do your little prestidigitation thing on my bedroll or the ground around me or something, because it stinks.
or I can solve this for you in literally 3 seconds. You fucking move your bedroll to the other side.
I spent a lot of time getting it. This is the softest part of the ground. I walked around and stamped it so that the. Man, come on, man.
You can literally move 3 feet.
Oh, fine. And she'd like grab her bedroll up.
I hope she moves closer to it.
I hope she does.
She just kind of grab her bedroll up and move like over by where Sever is and plop it down. Fine. Well, I get to sleep closest to the fire.
That's fine. You,
Good.
Yeah.
You see the
And
rocks, like, what, right about here, Isla?
Yeah, probably.
I don't even know where it was. Yeah, okay, so. Yeah, so then I would have moved to like right here.
I see Alon stuck and move away from this. Yeah, you probably get pretty good whiff of it too as you sit down. Huh?
As I step
Okay.
away, so I'm here and I kind of step away and I kind of look at Vienna like, okay.
Yo,
Over here.
you're gonna just shit over there.
Yeah, you probably just
Mine,
think that she shit
she's
herself.
over here shitting herself.
I like grow over and angrily grab all of my armor and my mace and everything else, like movie
gonna-
style, where they just keep taking shit out and just gonna grab everything.
I'm
one
just
by
gonna,
one.
Walk up, kick the rock.
Like I'm laying on my bed. I'm just gonna like idly just like slide my hands around and see if I could find another small stone. And I'm just gonna give it the same smell, and I'm just gonna try to sneakily just toss it that direction.
Okay, give me a stealth check. We'll say you find a stone pretty easy, but DC's gonna be higher because she's on high alert for poop smell.
You want me to roll perception?
Yeah, roll perception. You get advantage on it because you're already mad and alert to the poop smell.
Well, thank God. Nope.
Okay, yeah. Several
I got
I'll have you
one good roll
perception
tonight.
As well. I'll give you advantage as well, actually, because you saw her doing something earlier.
God damn it!
You got caught on the first one, barely. Wasn't good enough perception the first time I noticed what you did. No, yeah, you don't see shit either.
Well, he hasn't rolled his advantage yet, has
Oh,
he?
right, yeah, no.
Yeah, mine.
No, he doesn't
just
see shit
smell
either.
it.
What happened to you people?
Yes.
Fucking Christ.
You turned our hacks off. I know you did, you rat bastard. You reported DNDnat20.com, and I'll never forgive you for this.
Got him. Anyways, poo stone number 2, Ilo. What do you do with it? You're undetected
just-
slinging.
I'm just like trying to toss it like right at her feet, maybe into her stuff if I could do it. Just in that general
Shit,
direction.
you almost could hit it in the middle of the fire and get them all the way around no matter where she goes.
So, we'll say you managed to pick up this little rock. You managed to imbue with the scent of human excrement. You just take a quick little sidearm, just let a little toss for it. Sails right over the fire, which heats it up to kind of exacerbate the poo stank temporarily.
For the love of Christ.
And Verna, as you're kind of like stumbling, you're pissed, you're throwing your blankets, you're trying to set your stuff off, the rock actually skips and lands underneath where you're about to set your stuff down.
So my bedroll has a rock under it?
Your bedroll does have a rock under it. Under like
Perfect.
not under the middle of it, it's under like the where your feet would be. We'll say like right corner, about 5 inches in, 5 inches down. So it's just kind of under the corner, or of where like a little bit past where your feet would be laying. It just barely managed to sneak under there as it came through.
There it is again. Do you smell it?
It might be Sever.
You literally smells like you shit yourself.
Well, I'm pretty positive I didn't.
I'm just gonna roll over and just try to keep my giggles to myself.
Would I have seen this trick before?
Oh, I've probably done it 1,000
Okay.
times to you.
So I just sit here and look at you.
All right,
Yeah,
so,
she would just get annoyed, and that's it. I'm going in the hut.
okay. Well, before you do that, now I will clean whatever. You
Okay,
brought over
perfect.
here.
Clean it. Clean it.
I don't know what you fucking. I don't know what was
Anything
in
you
that
can
stew.
see. I didn't
Hey.
shit myself. I would know.
Hey,
Bas-
I don't know, man.
That's when you throw her a
sound
rag.
clip.
Basically, it might the spell might dissipate for like 2 or 3 seconds and then just come back full force.
Yeah, after he cleans it and it goes away for a second and comes back, I'm going to the hut. And I just like walk up to the hut slowly. Hey little gnomies, not sure what you're doing in there, but I'm coming in because somebody shit themselves out there and I did summon this thing, so just gonna come hang out with you guys. So I'm gonna give you a couple seconds if you were doing anything that you didn't want me to know about.
You hear a
see.
couple gentle snores come drifting out from the inside. And then
Okay, I'm
you hear
coming in.
Then all of a sudden you hear a...
Perfect. Yeah, and I would just walk in and I would just lay my bedroll down and tuck in next to them and go into my trance.
As you walk in, you see the small female gnome who's kind of like almost like pushed towards the edge of the small like little bedroll thing that they have set up here. And you see the male gnome is just kind of fucking sprawled out, spread eagle, just...
Relatable. That's how me and Justice sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, you managed to sneak in. You see the
Except the
male gnome
sprawled out
kinda
one
like,
is Bentley.
kind of wakes up a little bit. Okay. And then,
Yeah, he's gonna wake up and then see her be going.
Glowing eyes in the dark. That's all he sees.
so yeah, you managed to get in there and get your stuff back down.
Perfect.
But now Severus just smelling.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna move and be like, bro, do you guys smell that? I'm pretty sure Vienna shit herself.
And at that point, I'm gonna like turn it off. It's gonna dissipate once you
Drops the spell.
Unbelievable. I'm not healing you, dumbass, ever again.
So far tonight in
That
canon,
was
we
the
have
thing you-
developed that Vagar has poop hands, and that Vierna is actively shitting herself on a regular basis. Is the canon that we have currently established. I'm glad we're on
You know
track. I'm not really confused at all by that. That seems totally on par with this group.
You know what? It is called Dungeons, Dragons, and Dimwits, okay?
Emphasis on the dimwits.
All right. Does anyone have anything else they would like to accomplish before the night ends?
No.
V got that she.
No, I would be sleeping up against that tree.
So as you guys all head to your bedrolls, start to drift off, shake off the wear and tear of the day, and process some of the information you've learned, some about each other, some of you desperately trying to wonder where the fuck that shit smell was coming from. Some of you giggling yourself to sleep over the exact same concept. You all
Riley's
drift-
recap's gonna be pretty funny.
It's gonna be fantastic. But you guys all
Not a single mention.
drift off to a relatively comfortable sleep. You've all, with the exception of Vagar, unfortunately, being very full of this delicious stew. Some of you having a little bit of the meat as well, Ilo. It's a very, very nice, restful sleep. Does anybody keep watch at all? Are you guys? Did you
I
talk
am on
about
watch.
that? Okay, so I know no one's
And
really
I
talking
did not
about
partake
that.
in the stew.
I'll take my 4 hours and then
Okay.
relieve
Yeah,
her.
same. I would have taken my
I
4
mean-
hours and then
Yeah,
looked
as long
around.
as you guys are wanting to do the watches, and we haven't really discussed that part of it before. We'll handle that next time. But yeah, so you guys managed to drift off to a nice, very comfortable sleep. Those of you going to sleep right away, and that is where we were going to end it for the evening. This is a perfect stopping point for it. And Vierna, you
That's
Did not
shitty.
shit myself.
get a point of inspiration.
Yes!
So you may mark that off on your sheet. You gain a point of inspiration. I was going to do a campfire story inspiration thing for the night, but that was much better. Thank you for not totally fucking up the rolls.
Thank you for letting me have a third attempt at the roll.
It's only because it was just so good in the moment.
I don't even know where to put in an inspiration point.
Should
on
be at the
D&D.
top.
Vagar's gonna kill
Oh, I
us
see.
all
I
in our
see.
sleep.
Yes, I see. I got it. Okay.
No, I'm on
Perfect.
watch. It'll be fine.
Yeah, so you guys drift off to sleep. That will be ended for the evening. Thank you so much for the raid. Absolutely, again, like that was absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much once again, and thank you guys all for hanging out as well too. I know you kind of came in at a bit of a weird time. We're a little bit of an odd turning point of the session. A lot of people starting to kind of get to know each other for the first time, so it's a little bit of give and take there. But it's been fun. It's been a great session. I'm glad you guys could hang out for the night. Exclamation point Discord in the chat. There will be the link for our Discord where we'll be posting any clips as well as the Riley's recap comes out in text before the session goes live on the next one. Any announcements about any delays in it, we do play every other Saturday, so it will not be next week, but the following week we will pick it back up here. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for hanging out. Thank you those for the follow. Thank you those who stuck around. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
See ya.